We live! What's good, everybody? It's Game Talk. I'm Gangster. I'm here with Brimstone, aka Digital Fracture.
Wait, we're live? We're
We
actually live?
We are!
Oh my god!
And earlier than last week, too. My boy RevTech, aka Master Frylock.
What's up, guys?
And the Mighty Blue.
Better.
But
Is that better?
Really
okay, so Mighty Blue, that's okay, but my boy Blue, that's not cool. That's no. Well, why you gotta call me your boy? What? You not my boy? What's up, JC?
Your Highness would actually be better.
This motherfucker. Like I'm gonna call your bitch ass your Highness. Your lordship.
Your
Mighty
Lord
Blue
and Savior.
hung?
His royal emperorness. Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
That would be pretty good, though, wouldn't it?
This fucking
This
guy.
fool. This fool. What's next? You kiss the ring, motherfucker.
Right.
Actually, I will have a ring soon, but it's
Oh,
really
Jesus.
Hey, no,
Christ.
you know what you need is a fucking webcam so we could have 4 of us all up on camera, you motherfucker. You're a handsome dude.
You don't need to see my face.
No,
I've already
he's a
seen
man
your
of
face. You
mystery.
posted it in
Well,
selfies, you dumbass.
Man. Man of
You
mystery.
know, we can only screen cap the selfie area. I'm just
Right?
saying.
Just get a picture of Regis filming.
Next time, Brim. Next time. That's what I'm doing. I'm grabbing that photo and I'm just gonna impose it over his little square on fucking Discord. And that'll be it.
Oh,
Why?
So
fucked
your
up.
face is gonna be up there whether you like it or not, bitch. So it's up to you whether you want to have a camera.
What's wrong with my
That's
Discord
fucked.
profile?
just give him a picture of Regis filming. He'll be all right.
Right.
Anything works.
Is anybody gonna be joining me on Overwatch or am I doing this solo?
What's an Overwatch?
Oh, rest in peace, Regis filming. Can't believe he died this week.
Really? Like
Jesus.
Yeah, he died.
Kathy Lee
Yeah.
and Regis?
Yeah.
No shit.
Who wants to be a millionaire? Yeah, he passed away this weekend.
Wow.
So did the Kung Fu guy that was starred in a lot of movies behind what's his face? Not Jackie Chan, the other one, Bruce Lee. He passed away this week too.
Shit. Everybody's dropping like flies except for
Wait,
fucking
wait,
Betty White.
Who was the second one that died?
I'll have to go look that up.
I could have sworn you just said Bruce Lee. I'm like, bro, he's been dead for years.
No, Bruce Lee, his guy that always starred next to him in movies.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. I was like, bro, what are you talking about? Bruce Lee's been dead forever, dog.
Yeah, like I said, dropping like flies, all except Betty White. That bitch is gonna outlast the apocalypse.
Dude, she's gonna outlive my ass, bro.
Right?
I'm pretty sure.
It's just gonna be her and Keith Richards battling it out like fucking Highlander after everybody's dead.
Bro, I swear, every time we die, dude, she becomes more powerful.
Well, Barbara
There
Walters
can
is
only
gonna
be
go.
one.
Barbara Walters is gonna go next. She has dementia hard.
Oof.
Blue, now's your chance. She won't remember it. Go.
Wait, what? Oh!
Hit it good, bro. Hit it good.
Fucking tackle that shit. Don't let it get up.
Give her the old, give her the
Trust
blue
your
balls.
instincts. Never give up. Trust your instincts.
Don't surrender.
Do I have the option to wheel around like a wagon or no? No option like
Yeah,
that.
you can.
Man,
I
hey
don't
man, it'll
care.
be like that scene in White Chicks, man. Hi, Terrell.
Oh yeah,
God.
he's like, don't tell anybody about this. You got me?
Oh my god.
Okay. And then Pete's like, "Hi, Gray Bush. How you doing?"
Oh, grandma's boy.
Yeah, boy.
You just got beat by Gray Bush. I'll get you next time.
So, what all the topics do we have?
Well, let's see.
Let's talk about that Microsoft event. Let's get it out of the way.
Yeah, hey, fuck it. Yeah,
I was feeling it, dude. I was feeling that Microsoft event. Like Jinnytty was kind of crapping on it and you like at first when you first watched it, you were sort of crapping on it.
I had to rewatch it because watching it as you're streaming, it's really difficult.
You miss a lot of shit, yeah.
Yeah.
That and also the Halo gameplay was lagging, so I'm
What
like,
is
I'm not
up-
gonna bother watching this
What is
launch.
up with people in this whole Halo thing? Like, it was on PCs. Like, dude,
No,
like so many people were
I wasn't
upset over
committing to the
that.
graphics. It was just,
Not
it was
you,
just
not
lagging.
you, Blue. Just people in general.
Like, I was sitting here going, "We're in the middle of a pandemic, guys. What did you expect? We're in the
That
middle of
also-
a pandemic. Like, they did everything in makeshift action. If you really think about it,
As long as Halo just plays good, I can give a shit like what it looks like.
Halo went away from Unreal 4. They had it set to Unreal 4, and then they went to a new engine, the Space Engine or something like that.
I've never even heard of that one. What all's been made on
Yeah.
that?
I was like, bro, that's fucking news to me. I didn't even know that shit. What?
Yeah, they went from Unreal to the Space Engine. They were gonna do the same thing as Gears of War 5, and they changed at the last minute, and
Interesting.
so the game is still work in process because they're switching engines. That's why it didn't look as great as it could be. You know, Aaron Greenberg came out and said that. Like, guys, we're gonna have an open beta here soon for it, or a beta for it.
So wait,
Even
so the-
with that, like even
Go
with that, I'd rather have the game like have a better like like even if the game looks like that, I'd rather have that than like a super good looking E3 trailer. Then the game comes out and it's like, what the actual fuck just happened?
It looked like Halo 3 to me all over again, so I didn't mind that. Like, I don't mind them doing the old school Halo 3 look. You know
Just
what I mean?
all that matters is the gameplay. As long as the
Right.
game plays good, feels good. I know.
As long as
I
it's better than Halo 5, that's all that matters.
Because I have people complaining, oh my god, you could sprint in, and I'm like, okay, please stop. Get over it. Sprint's
How
gonna
was
stay in
how was
Halo.
Master Chief not able to sprint to begin with, man? Of all the fucking characters to be able to sprint, this motherfucker, a genetically engineered super soldier with a goddamn unbelievably high tech fucking super suit, and he can't fucking sprint. Get out of here.
Well, in Halo
You-
5,
super suit.
in Halo 5 you were able to super sprint.
Yeah, and that was, and everyone was like, oh, that's one of the problems of Halo 5. It's like, no, sprinting was not a problem in Halo 5. There's like a million
I
other things
welcomed
that
it
went wrong.
actually. I welcomed it actually. The Halo
Sprinting
5 multiplayer was beast. I didn't mind
called-
that.
Called just updating the game, making it a tad bit more modern. Not
Well,
like
they're making it tad
not-
modern, and they're taking features from other games. The MMO aspect, they're taking it. They're kind of doing like what they did with Gears, kind of have little spurts of open world, which I'm cool with that. Like, what's the big deal with that? Nothing.
That's fine. I thought Jinnytty told me it was gonna be a grind fest, and I'm like, no, please, I can't take another one right now. Please.
I don't think Halo's going to be a grind fest because Aaron Greenberg came out and said, yeah, we're adding the MMO aspects, but we're not doing like other games. And he mentioned Destiny, and he said, we're not doing that. We're going to have a campaign with some open world or places within the campaign. And I'm like, yo, that's not a big deal to me. Man.
That's like Combat Evolve at that point, because Combat Evolve had like tons of open spaces for that old ass game.
Yep. That's what I'm like. Sweet, bring it, baby. I'm down.
Like, I didn't understand why people
Quarter
were so
shooters
upset.
are fun, but they've been a quarter shooter since fucking Reach, dude. I'm tired of it.
If we're going to sit here and compare, like, people are saying PlayStation 1 so far, I'm like, what did they win? They did the same thing as Microsoft did, to be honest.
You know, what does PlayStation have coming out at launch? Like what? Spider-Man?
They have
That's about it.
Spider-Man. They
Oh,
have the Ratchet and Clank game. They have a few others, you know.
What's up, people?
Who this?
Who just joined?
Shadow.
You miss me?
Sure. What's going on, dude?
Finished movie.
You're in the middle of a podcast, just so you know.
Yeah, I know.
All right, cool.
I'll come and watch. I'll see your beautiful faces.
All right, but
Ugh.
Jesus.
Next time my dad's
I just wanted to make sure you knew that was all. I didn't want to sound like a dick. I'm like, yo, we're in the middle of a show, motherfucker.
I think that would be a part.
But that Halo shit, though, I'm down with that, dude. I am definitely down with that.
And the Forza CGI thing they
the
showed
Forza
off.
CGI looked pretty sick. Yeah.
And Fable looked pretty good for what they showed off.
They didn't really
Yeah,
show
I like
anything else with
dude,
Fable.
that CGI was funny, dude. I like that CGI a lot. I think I enjoyed that CGI a little too much.
What was the
actually.
game from Obsidian that you guys were all hyped up with? Because I did like what I saw from
I said the name wrong the other
that.
night. Blue.
Everwild?
No.
No.
Everwild's one of the games that Rare's making that I can't wait for.
Was it Avenger or something like that, or?
No, it starts with an A. I can't remember the name of it. So I was calling it the wrong name. I was like, fuck.
forgot the name, but whenever it comes out, that game, I hope they just stomp Bethesda. That's all my like. Just stomp them with Obsidian being the better game dev. That's all I'm looking for. And also the RPG looks hella sick. So. And they actually we saw a tad bit of gameplay of it. Granted, we only saw like a sword and like a first-person view, and that was about it. And then the game just kind of, oh, there it is. Oh, also better than what we got Fable, where Fable all we saw was like a fucking toad eating a fairy, and that was it.
That's what I was saying. I think I liked that CGI a little too much.
I didn't really care for it all much. I'm like, I would have liked gameplay. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
That's all
how
I
long
look
is
for.
it going to be until these things come out, though?
That's a
Well,
good. That's,
Fable looks like to be 2021. What it
Yeah,
looks like.
so I mean, they might not even have some game. Like,
Hellblade is going back to the drawing board because they're using they're backing off and they're gonna go and do the Unreal 5 engine, so they're redoing the whole game from ground up to Unreal 5. So that's 2021. Which a lot of people were disappointed with that Hellblade, but I'm okay with that though. Like, make Hellblade the best you can get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, you don't need to release it right off the rip. Make it the best you can. And at launch, you're getting, right when these consoles launch, you're getting Cyberpunk. So that'll hold people over for a while.
right?
Like, that game looks really good.
and also the consoles when they launch don't really have that many good launch games to begin with half the time.
Unless you're a company called 2K, you know, and, you know, overcharging for NBA games.
But games are so expensive to make, Rev.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
okay.
so expensive. How am I gonna pay for a super dumb ad where we say, "Oh, look, play NBA forehead"? So you're telling me it's irresponsible to spend $40 million on an advertisement, Rev? I don't agree with that statement.
What I'm saying is, I think $79.99 is a lot of price to ask.
Wait,
someone to
what?
spend.
I thought it was like, I thought it was 70.
$79.99?
Yeah, it's $79.99 time you get done buying the single player. So you're gonna buy the standard edition for $59.99, right? So you know people are gonna do this, and then you have to spend another $59.99 on the game when it gets launched on the next generation. And PC players, PC players, and Switch players are getting not the upgraded version. They're not getting the next generation graphics. They're getting the 1.0 version, which is not even fair.
Whoa!
Nope, you're not even getting the next generation version graphics. You're getting shafted.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'll
That's,
be
Damn.
right back.
Shaft!
That's a shame.
and you have to spend $80 on this. I'm already spending $80 on games as is right
So
now.
if
New
you
game.
get the $80 version of NBA 2K21, you get the upgraded version for the consoles. Good job, 2K.
Oh, they finally did something good.
Dude, NBA is gonna cost $108 Canadian. Fuck that.
Come on, Blue, you're not an NBA guy? What's wrong with you?
I don't play those games to begin with. To be 100%
Never liked
honest
the
with you,
NBA.
but I don't play those games. But then I just, man, I don't even think my brother's gonna buy it. I know when he buys all the sports games.
Well, I'm not buying sports games from 2K at all.
There's no need to when you just buy into the EA.
Thanks,
service
Demigod,
and
for
get
the
them
stay
all.
safe, bro. I appreciate it.
Fuck out of here, Diva.
That's some crazy shit, though. And it is
But the
only.
Xbox event was not too bad. I mean, a lot of people said it was lackluster. I rewatched it after
damn.
after Digital said something. I rewatched it on the TV of mine. I casted it to the TV, and I didn't mind the event really. I mean, in comparison to the PlayStation event, I mean, they were both lackluster to me. If you really want to go there, I would say they're like 7.5s, both events.
But that's the thing,
You know-
considering how much damage was done by the lockdowns and all that. I mean, everybody's
Yeah.
playing catch up. Everything was delayed. Everything was not being able to be worked. I'm sure if we hadn't had all that shit, that they would have been better.
Well, look
So-
at tech right now. Look at all the tech that's overpriced right now because they can't even put stock in places
Yep.
because of what's going on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, digital cameras for a while there were like fucking 3 times what they should have been.
Yeah, I got mine
Graphics
on
cards.
sale.
Yeah.
Graphics cards, like literally the 1660 Super, were literally $100 more than it needed to be at one point because of it. So, I mean, even monitors, everything. So, like, we'll have to see.
Yeah.
That's some
I-
crazy shit.
And they're even saying consoles are going to be limited to the first. They're going to have a first round, and then after that, you're going to have to wait a while.
Oh yeah, there's no way they're going to be able to fully stock the new consoles with
And
all this bullshit.
even on the
This is what happens when American companies put all their eggs in the basket on China.
even I think the iPhone, they were talking about how it's going to be Spurs launch for their next iPhone, and some of the Android phones are going to be Spurs because of what's going on.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
That's crazy shit.
crazy shit, and it will be everywhere.
Granted, it's
Meanwhile,
Luckily-
California is going to shut down again, so there you go.
Oh fuck California, man! I'm so done with this place.
just all you gotta do is just don't buy at launch. I mean, I know Rev is gonna get by launch, but everyone else don't buy.
Just remember wearing a mask. I don't want to wear a mask because it's my amendment right, you know. But you should wear one anyway. Just my opinion.
I just want people to be normal. That's all I ask.
Normal. There is no normal. There's no normal.
I guess so. But back to the Xbox thing. It's just the event wasn't that bad. I think people are just being over dramatic, mainly Sony fanboys, because they have to blow Sony live on their Twitter feeds and tell them like, "Oh my God, you were so great! I'm so excited to play Ratchet and Clank, even though I'm probably not gonna buy and play it because it's not my type of game. But I'm only gonna circle." See, like, that's usually the people who like shit on the Xbox event, anyways. And I'm not gonna buy an Xbox by the way, so don't even try to throw me. I'm an Xbox fanboy. I'm not gonna buy that thing.
Well, my thing is I'm probably gonna buy one day one when it comes out because I've spent so much on the Xbox product.
I mean, that's fine. I just don't plan to because I just have no reason to buy any of them at launch.
Fair
I don't have
enough.
any reason to buy any of them. Period.
I don't know. Depends what Sony does in 6 years.
I have not
I guess-
owned I have not owned a console myself since PS2.
Wow.
Girlfriend owned a PS3. My current girlfriend owns a PS4, but I never used them.
You not use them for any streaming services like Netflix? or anything like
Netflix.
that?
Yeah, I did use the PS3 for a hot minute before I had my my media box set up. So I used it for Netflix, but that's about
Well,
it.
this generation's interesting because here's the thing: Apple's trying to get in and on the action. That's going to be interesting. They're already
What?
talking about releasing a console of their own.
What?
I'll be interested. As they do, why not?
Wait,
And
who?
Apple's
Apple?
planning on releasing their own console behind their Apple Arcade service.
That's gonna be terrible. That's
Eh,
gonna be terrible.
maybe. We'll see.
Depends how it goes, but I don't know. I could be interested.
They'll have half the services that everybody else has. It'll cost twice as much for each of them.
and it'll be a streaming service.
Well, pretty much their Apple TV is pretty much a console if you think about it.
Yeah, basically.
With Bluetooth enabled, and you just sync up a controller and start playing your games that way.
Yeah, but how did that work out for fucking Google?
Well, Stadia's in the toilet at the moment, so there you go.
I haven't heard anything about Stadia in a fucking
Well,
grip of time.
Stadia news-wise, they recanted on everything, and they're giving
Yeah.
away pretty much Stadia to everybody.
Yeah, they canceled
They're trying.
everything. Fucking the super ultra paid whatever, the $100 a year or whatever. That thing is garbage.
Now they're letting you sync controllers up to it and everything. They're recanting on everything they did.
It's fucking stupid, man.
Well, the reason for it is they had a shitty guy named Phil Harrison running the whole thing, and Phil Harrison, if you remember him, he's garbage. He's like another Don Matrick. And we all know
I'm
what
really
happened.
surprised with the idiots that these people.
Well,
put
it's
aside.
not even that. It's not even the idiot. I mean, granted, there are idiots. Don't get me wrong, but it had really nothing to do with them. It was all fucking overpromising. It's like everybody who knew anything about computers knew that there was no way they were going to be able to deliver on the promises that they were making. It's like we knew. It's like, guys, real consoles have problems playing games like Destiny 2 at a reasonable frame rate online. How the fuck are you going to be streaming that?
How do you have, right? So this is what I don't understand about Stadia is you have badass AMD CPUs, right? And you have shitty AMD GPUs and your games are running like ass. Like, how is that possible? Wouldn't you go with RDNA like GPUs for your back end instead
It
of going
was
like
too early.
three
was too early.
generations behind?
They were it's the same reason why PS3 or PS4 and Xbox are fucking Jaguar. You know,
I didn't understand that logic, and then when you go see Destiny on fucking Stadia, you're like, what is this?
terrible, bro, terrible. And I knew it was gonna be.
Red Dead Redemption doesn't look like Red Dead Redemption at all.
Like there are games that you could do with streaming. Like you could probably do Witcher 3 no problem. I mean, it might be high action, it might be pretty quick, but it's not a Twitch shooter. But Destiny or fucking Call of Duty, yeah, there's no way you can interpolate what people are gonna do on a fucking first-person Twitch shooter like that. No fucking way.
You wouldn't even be able to do MMOs on streaming, so.
You might. That's like World of Warcraft. You could probably do World of Warcraft. It's simple enough. I mean, you know,
not like simple because any delay, like if you're like a hardcore WoW player, and there's delay with any form of delay.
But no, because I will give it up to World of Warcraft. Like they actually deal with ping really well. Like you can have a fairly high ping on World of Warcraft, like comparatively, and it still plays smoothly, and you don't notice it in game. And it's not a Twitch shooter. It's not, a fighting game or something like where you absolutely have to have the lowest ping possible. But that's the thing. If you're going for streaming, there's a whole host of games. Anything that requires ping, like Twitch shooters or fighting games or anything like that. Of course, it's me. Nothing like that's going to work out properly because you're never going to be able to get the latency, the overall latency. I'm not just talking about the latency from your thing to the server, but the whole thing, the whole sending your input out to the server, having it process it, make up all the frames and everything, and then sending it back to you. There's no way. It's too much. So, and they were trying to say that all these games are going to be able to be played just like on a console, and you won't experience any latency, and all this other shit. And it's like, no, dude, guys, there's no, you can't do that with a top of the line computer. Like, you could have an epic fucking CPU with fucking 3 NVIDIA fucking Titans or whatever the fuck, and you're still gonna have fucking latency input and shit like that. You think you're going to do that on a streaming platform? Fuck out of here, man. That's just not going to happen. But
I just don't see game streaming as the future. Or
not right now. That's not until the internet infrastructure has gotten to the point where you can handle 4K type bandwidth with near zero latency.
Ease? With actual ease, no buffering, yeah.
Yeah, no way. It's just not in the cards right now. We don't even if you had fiber all the way around everything, I don't know if you could do it well enough for it'd probably work well enough for a game like World of Warcraft or Witcher 3 or something, but good enough for Call of Duty or something like that, I don't know. I don't think it's possible.
Well, we'll have to see when XCOG comes out. We'll have to see how they handle. They're the next ones up on the board.
I
mean, they're all kind of rising and falling like dominoes, so why not, right?
Well, we had OnLive. OnLive failed, and they were way ahead of its time. And then you have Stadia that's failed miserably.
And it didn't even have a chance to launch, bro. It failed out the door.
Now
it was like your drunk girlfriend, trying to make it into the door, but she ends up hitting the door and blacks out and never wakes up again. That's Stadia.
Well, let's have a rest in peace moment for Mixer. Mixer died over the week. Died.
They finally shot it and put it in misery now.
Yep, it's over. It's game over.
Yeah. Well, if you're a Mixer streamer, don't say you're a refugee.
Wait, I thought Mixer was going to be taken over by Facebook.
They did, but the whole site went down the other day.
Damn. All right. Well,
Microsoft sold off to Facebook Gaming. They pulled a Windows phone.
Hey, HTC, you want this? They're like, no. Hey, HTC, you want this? Fine. Keep asking.
Oh, you know how Facebook got their streaming platform there? Why Facebook?
Facebook worked on their shit by themselves. They've been working on their shit over the years.
And apparently it's really good. I mean, a whole lot of people like it, so.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, you could get a hell of an audience, but to get set up to stream to and to have your notification. Oh, dude, it's a pain in the dick.
Microsoft basically updated their consoles to not have a streaming service thing available anymore, and then they pretty much at that
Yeah,
point...
I saw they removed it. Yeah, it says this item is no longer available. Yeah. I'm like, womp womp womp.
Well, I guess if you want to stream, go to Trovo. There you go. I guess.
Yeah.
Not I guess, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what
So
they're
who's
thinking.
hyped for what with what was showcased on Xbox?
Dude, I'm down for that Obsidian RPG. Me and Blue are hyped for that shit. I know that for a fact because me and Blue talked about the entire night the other night. So me and him are like definitely like eye to eye on that shit. Everwild looks fucking amazing. Like I love the Breath of the Wild like isk feel to it. So I can't wait for that game. That game's gonna be a day one for me.
Halo
Stalker 2.
Infinite. Halo
Stalker
Infinite.
2, Halo Infinite. Dude, Stalker 2, like, here's the thing. Blue, Stalker, bro, you gotta try it. If
Yeah,
you
you
like
do.
Fallout as much as you said you did, and you like the way Fallout 76 looked, and you didn't have a problem with it.
Wait,
you will
Fallout
like
76?
Stalker.
What?
I mean, not Fallout 76.
I was like, what? You played Fallout 76? It's another game I bought. I haven't even
Fallout,
touched.
whatever that Fallout was that I
New
did.
Vegas.
Oh, New Vegas, yeah, there you go.
Alright, then,
I
I
would
got the
say,
live for cheap.
a lot of the backwards compatibility stuff. I'm kind of hyped to get Gears of War played again when they upgrade it for the Series X. I'm kind of hyped to replay the campaign again for that.
And Sony for their backwards compatibility. It seems kind of weird, but they're just basically gonna make
What,
all
their
the-
backwards compatibility that doesn't exist?
Well, from what I've heard about it, it's just.
Oh
it's
wait,
supposed
they're
to be
gonna put it all.
make-
They're gonna put it all on PS Now. That's what supposedly I've been reading. They're gonna put on PS1, PS2, and PS3 emulation, all through their streaming service.
I'm actually
Oh,
not. I'm all right with that.
PlayStation Now. Does that mean you guys can play your games now, or do you have to like greatness awaits loading buffer times?
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
care
but who
about
cares
those. That's kinda
for
like
who cares for nostalgia titles? That's the thing.
I do to an extent. It
I mean,
depends on what
sure,
the titles
but it's
are.
getting to the point where it's just getting too tough to do that emulation reliably. I mean, would you rather have PlayStation Now, where you can get PS1, 2, and 3 games and play them well enough that it's enjoyable, or would you rather spend an extra $50 to $100 on the PlayStation 5 because they had to spend a shitload of time and money getting the emulation and all that working right on that console?
I just want them to make. I just want them.
Depending on the titles that get released.
I just want Sony to make a confirmation on PS4 games. Can you play them on an external hard drive on the system without having issues?
I
One.
don't see why you wouldn't.
they confirmed that. I haven't really confirmed anything on that, but for PS4, they just said that the first 100 popular games on PlayStation are gonna be backwards compatible first, and they're eventually gonna have the whole library.
You know what's funny about that is day one, Microsoft's got all their backwards compatibility games sitting nice and pretty. You can just download them
the
and
difference is their architecture didn't change as much as Sony's did.
On PlayStation 4, PlayStation 4 to PS5, which shouldn't be that much of a difference. Unless this whole SSD is revolutionary, where we have to wait.
Yeah, no, 4 to 5 isn't that different, which is why PlayStation 4 games can be played on the PS5. It's 3 and before that are a problem.
Supposed to be revolutionary. They're gonna have a list of what you can and can't use for SSDs on the back end. That's ridiculous.
It probably will end up like, oh god damn it, like anything else where
this is Optane, bro. Come on.
They'll eventually let you use anything, but it'll come with the caveat that you might not get the right speed.
Hey, wait,
I mean, they already said
like
that
they did the Vita. Watch what they do with like the Vita. They'll be like, "Here's a Sony SSD made by Samsung.
$600."
I know, and it's
Dude,
fucking irritating.
I wouldn't even pay $500 for a 3 terabyte SSD.
But yeah, I don't know. That's Sony's wheelhouse. They keep trying it. It keeps failing. And I especially don't like that it's for storage, because storage is not the limitation. Like, SSDs are fast enough, you fucks. Your super fast SSD is not going to do anything that Xbox's SSD isn't going to do. So there's no point to this. But
yeah,
that was their
but that's
choice,
the
and they
selling
made
point,
it.
apparently.
Well, you know, it's a selling point. Oh, God damn it. It's a
their
selling point. But yeah,
That's what Sony
we'll
talks
have
about
to see if it does anything. I mean,
And Sony wants game developers to go to this, what is it, the cluster thing that they're trying to do with their SSDs for faster load times.
Yeah, no, I don't trust Sony. You have SSD load times.
Honestly, I don't trust Sony to, well, anything. So, I mean, eh.
Well, I still think it's dumb. Like, I'll give them slack on the PS1, PS2, PS3 games, like backwards compatibility. PS4, that's really dumb. How
but
all
they
those games are
they
shooting
have
so long.
PS4 backwards compatibility though.
Yeah, but it's only going to be like the first 100.
It's only going to be
popular
certain.
games.
It's only going to be certain games.
Wow,
They're not going to
alright.
put every
well,
game
but
there.
that might be temporary though. It might just be
You know
100 games
why they're
for
doing
now.
that, right? You know why they're
It's-
doing that, right, Pete? I'll tell you why. Because
so
they
you
can
can
turn around
rebuy
and
it
go,
on. Yeah.
here's a $10 upgrade.
Right.
You know what? No, dude. You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna do what they did with the PS3 to the PS4. $45 for digitally remastered.
Yeah.
His face
Again,
looks
Sony's
right.
bullshit, and I don't like it anymore. And I hated it when they pulled that shit on the Vita. And honestly, Sony's bullshit is the reason the Vita failed. Like that should have been that should have outdone the DS so hard. But because of their their proprietary bullshit memory card, and then the store shenanigans, that console failed, and it was all
Hey guys,
fucking their fault.
buy our SD card for $70. You only get 60 gigs.
$70.
No, it was 90 when it first came out.
90?
Yeah.
Jesus.
And you couldn't get it in the States for the longest time. I went to a GameStop, and they had imported the Japanese 64 gig memory cards because they weren't released in the States for like a year. And yeah, it was like
Ouch.
90 something dollars.
Sounds
And that was
horrible.
and
I'd cry.
granted, that was back when SD cards were a lot more expensive, but even then you could get like a 60 something gig SD card, micro SD for like $50 or whatever. Now you can get a fucking 200 gig for $50. But back then it was like, $50 for a 60 something gig. And it's like, what? You want me to spend an extra, like basically double? Fuck.
Just to have your
talking about-
device locked to your profile. I remember that shit.
Are you talking about your Vita?
Yes.
Yep.
What up, Rambo?
Oh yeah. What's going on? I forgot all about today being Sunday until Discord notified me it was Sunday.
Today's Sunday. I haven't slept in a while.
Feels like it.
Going on 16 hours.
Damn.
Just go 24. You'll be all right. Just
you'll be
push
all right.
24. No balls.
Nothing
no
you
balls.
haven't done before.
See, I figured out a long time ago. Well, not too long ago, I figured out that I'm too old to do 24 hours anymore. Once you get to a certain age, 24 hours is a long time.
So
without sleep.
True.
so are you one of those guys that just like during the day just like sit in the chair and fall asleep?
If
Yeah.
I sit here long enough, I am. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Jesus.
Well, for me, it's more of when I wake up, I need like 4 cups of coffee to get myself up.
I am. Me too.
Beautiful shield, Zarya. Sorry.
I mean, I wake up. I don't honestly. I wake up kind of refreshed every morning. Granted, it's early in the morning, but I wake
Yeah,
up making
fuck
feeling
you.
good
You're
again.
a youngin'.
Yeah, get to 26 and then come back and talk to us.
Granted, I go to sleep earlier
I
than
used to wake
expected
up like
now.
that.
Yeah, so did
I
I.
used to wake up like that, but
Now
now
you
shit,
work.
like man, if I know I have to be somewhere like say 9 o'clock in the morning, I'm waking up extra early just so that way I can make sure I have my coffee before I go
Yup.
somewhere. Like I can't move and function without coffee, just to get my day started. And then it's energy drinks the rest of the day just so I can keep my ass awake until the end.
Yup.
Same.
I feel that.
I can't. Energy drinks don't do it for me anymore. Like
Well,
I try energy drinks before, and they just don't do it for me. Granted, I have to drink
when
energy
you
drinks with no calories, but that's just.
When you slam them and drink them a bunch like all throughout the day, then they eventually get to. I mean, they get to where you're not like you don't have that like hyper feeling, but they still keep you awake.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's just 'cause I'm drinking the wrong energy drinks. I have to drink energy drinks with no calories. That's just how I do things now.
You don't have to. That's on you.
I'll say,
Um,
how much do you? Can I ask how much do you weigh?
Like 180.
Because I've been picturing you like to be this little scrawny thing, so I'm thinking I think your voice just.
Well, he is this little scrawny thing, but you know.
I'm not scrawny.
I'm
How
like
dare
going,
you?
No calories.
He's a twig.
How tall are you?
Like, actually, I'll be honest with you. You can roast me off as I actually don't even know how
you
tall I am
fucking
because
cunts.
it's been a good minute since I've actually like checked my height. Actually, in my good minute, I mean like 5 years.
So take a guess, like how tall you are. I mean, you know people around you.
You
Yeah, but-
taller or less than 6 feet?
I think I'd probably
Well,
say
you know-
maybe halfway between 6 feet, like halfway. I'd say maybe. That's because
So
I'm
he's
taller.
a tall twig.
I'm taller in my middle. I'm
So
on height.
180 isn't too big then.
So
yeah, it's
do you
not
have
too bad.
do you have high metabolism, dog?
No, I just don't eat. I only eat during like 2 and 8 o'clock, and I only eat usually
So
one
do
or
you
two
fast
meals.
for like do you fast for like 2 days?
I have fasted before, but that's only when I go, like if I'm like partying or I go on vacation and I put a lot of toxic food in my body and I do like a 48-hour cleansing. But that's usually doesn't really ever happens.
Man, I would. I mean, I'll just forget to eat. I eat one time a day, and I'll go 2 or 3 days, and I'll be like, last thing I ate was like what, like a sandwich, and then I realized that was like I don't know Monday, and this is Thursday. I'm like, well, oh shit, I guess I got to eat.
I mean, I'll do
Yeah,
like
granted.
once a
Forget
day,
to.
often.
Yeah.
Once a
One
day,
big meal.
probably for me.
Yeah.
Hell, it's not even a big meal for me. It's like you just give me like one sandwich, and that'll be enough for me for probably a good at least 2 days before I ever start feeling hungry again.
That's kind of where I'm at right now. With this new diet that I'm on, like I've like fuck, dude. Like if I eat like even just one burger with no buns or anything, I'm still fucking full of shit off of that. I was like, God damn. My stomach.
Yeah,
Yeah, once you-
damn.
Once you train your stomach to get full off of just one thing or whatever, then it's like you don't ever. You can last for a while.
Yeah.
You just basically
Yeah, I
have
mean,
to train
because
your
I
stomach.
stopped eating breakfast, man, when I was like 13, because it would fuck my stomach up in the morning, and then ever since then, I've just never had the inclination to eat breakfast. I just wait until lunch and then eat a big lunch, and
I don't.
Or you
eat-
just wake up at noon and you're just like, yeah, it's lunchtime.
well, no, I wake up at noon, and
I've
then
never-
lunchtime for me is like 5 or 6.
I've never understood the whole breakfast thing because, like, if I try to eat a big breakfast one time, and I mean, all it is try to put me to sleep the rest of the day.
Right?
I'm just like,
The whole
shit,
thing
'cause my
it comes
stomach's
from an
full.
ad. It comes from an old ad. That's this old ad where it said like breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
It's actually
It's like
the
something from the
least.
Yes, you want to
90s.
sleep the rest of the day.
Well, it's like an ad for oatmeal. So
So
don't
like
know, I
when I
can't-
eat
I can't- I
breakfast
can't
in the
make-
morning, I die like throughout the day. I'm like falling asleep half out of it.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, I can't do it. Like I'm just like, whoop, I'm asleep, and I'm catching myself, waking myself up. And
Maybe a bagel in the
Yeah.
morning, something light. I can be okay.
I'll do
Just
bacon
something
eggs.
small, yeah.
Bacon,
Okay.
eggs, and toast is pretty good. You know, like 2 eggs, couple slices of bacon, and a piece or 2 of toast. But that's it.
It's just like if you try to throw in like a pancake or something, I'm like, I mean, I'll eat it, but it
It's too
kills
much.
me as far as like
Yeah.
being able to stay awake.
I can't eat pancakes.
I've always
because,
preferred waffles.
I like waffles more
Yeah.
than
I mean, here's the
pancakes.
thing: most breakfast foods I can't really eat anymore. So it's been a good minute for me. But
Waffles with
honestly, I don't really need
strawberries.
it. Like now that I'm really having like
I don't-
pancakes, I haven't eaten anything breakfast, and I just don't need it. Like I wake up and I'm like, I don't need it. I can wait till like 2. Honestly, I could probably change my diet up and eat it at 5 o'clock and wake up early still. It'd be fine.
It's kind of weird with me because I mean, I won't if I'm on vacation, I'll eat breakfast. But if
Sure,
I'm,
when you know you don't have anything to do.
yeah, I'm just like, nah, I can't because.
On vacation, I don't even
But if
wake up
I'm
in the
on
morning.
vacation, I guess it's from moving because I know I'm going to be moving around. You know, like if you're moving around all day, I can handle eating in the morning to give me some, I guess, some stamina to last all day walking around.
I even like on vacation, I don't even wake up early enough to even eat breakfast because I always wake up at a hangover.
Oh, but to go back, Pete, the memory cards you were talking about.
Yeah.
They are still $90-some for
Oh, I know.
64 gig.
Yeah.
Like you can't. I mean, now you can buy like one they say that is used or whatever, but I don't trust it because every time I bought one before from eBay as a China knockoff,
Right.
and it didn't work.
Yep. Yeah, it's fucking stupid, man. Like that was one of the biggest that and the prices of like not so much the Vita games because I didn't really mind that Vita games were like $40 to $60, but like the PS1 games and the PSP games being like 30 to 60, man, if those had been like 5 to 10 and the memory cards weren't so bullshit, then the Vita would have just fucking took off, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, easily.
You have to ask yourself, if the original Sony card is made in China, is it really considered a Chinese knockoff if you order it out of
still
China?
a Chinese knockoff?
Stop. You don't ask those questions here,
Yeah,
bro.
you're gonna tear a rip
Is
at
it
the
a-
space-time continuum asking questions like that, bro.
Is it considered blasphemy?
It's a Chinese knockoff of a Chinese knockoff.
Oh Jesus.
We don't ask those questions because you're just never gonna have a good answer to that.
But so Rambo, what are your any comments or games you're looking forward to from the either PlayStation or Xbox events? Did you catch them? Rambo?
The next gen
Hey,
hardware,
You're,
like Halo looked. Oh, did I mean,
You broke up
Did
a
I
little
lose
bit
me?
there. Now you're
Did I lose
okay
me?
now. Fuck.
hey, yo, can we get the anchor, anchor over at the Fox office, you guys? Can you make sure Rambo's connection on his phone is working, please?
Right?
Coming
Fuck,
in.
man.
Er,
Rambo and his shit, me and my shit. We can just have connection issues all over the place.
Hey, with your guys' internet combined, you can still make half a connection.
Right?
like Halo looked fun, like as far as like.
Oh, you're super quiet now, Rambo.
Now he's super quiet.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that means switch to 2.4.
Shut up. Go get me a glass of milk and cookies. Okay, Junie. All right, we'll make sure to do that. Over and out.
Oh man, I wish I could eat cookies.
Now I'm on 2.4. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
I actually
Okay.
really, Junie, I actually really liked the Microsoft event. I thought it was decent.
I mean, it was like it was decent. It's not like that. I mean, I guess as far as the games go, it was decent. As far as like it being like kind of like a showcase of how PlayStation did, like showing a bunch of PS5 games. As far as that, it being like an Xbox Series X thing, it really didn't. It was underwhelming as far as that goes because the games didn't look next gen. And so I mean, but as far as like fun, I mean, they look fun. Now whether or not I'll buy them, I'm not really a Halo person because I mean it looks.
So I
fun
guess
as far as, like, the
Microsoft
people that
stocks
would,
dropped
do
after the Microsoft event. That's what Junie's saying.
Oof. Well, that's tough.
That's the thing is like Microsoft to compete with Sony's first a hard case to make with the games that they showed. But I mean now as far as like the PlayStation ones, I'm looking forward to most of all their first party ones that they showed. I mean that's the reason why I go with Microsoft. I mean go with PlayStation is because of their first party. If Microsoft can make games like PlayStation, I'd be over at Xbox, but without any hesitation, it wouldn't bother me at all. It's just that I'm not seeing that type of quality from them.
Fair enough. I still think Don says I still think the PS5 games they showed at the Sony showcase look PS4-ish. Yeah.
Fair enough. But I mean,
Well, you gotta remember this
it's
too.
kind of hard. I think it's kind of hard to show. I think it's kind of really hard to show the full potential of like a system on a like on the stream, on whatever you're watching it on, whether it's on your phone or whether.
Well,
So I mean, you got to take into account all the different downgrades that's going to be happening throughout the whole thing.
It's literally the same stuff. It's the same thing every year. Like everybody forgets that. Like it's like everybody has to relearn this after every fucking event for some reason. That we're not gonna see true actual fucking, graphical prowess until we have it in our hands. Like that's just a fact. Like you can't sit there and be like, I want my Last of Us graphics to look amazing on my stream. Nah, bitch, you get in 1080p and it's gonna look flat as fuck. Deal with it. Like that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Well, it's with every generation. It takes a little bit of time for coders and developers to get the hang of the new system and get it up to its full potential.
As a streamer, though, as I'm speaking as like someone as a streamer, though, like no matter what you do, you're not gonna be able to stream the fidelity that you experience on your monitor.
No, of course not.
You can get close to it.
So Junie says,
as good as
this is what Junie said. Junie says Microsoft has Obsidian Entertainment, so they will have one studio that makes good games.
They have what?
Obsidian.
What?
That's still not true though. I mean, that's not a guarantee. That's just like, any studio can put out good games or whatever like that if they have the money behind it. But I mean, if all they're doing is doing it. I still say that Game Pass is hurting their first-party exclusives, because if you're not getting enough people signed up for Game Pass, well then, and you're giving it away free, basically, or not really free, but day one on Game Pass, then you're not. I mean, they're not investing as much money into making those games as they used to before. It's just cause effect. I mean, you're not going to invest, let's say $500 million into a franchise or whatever, into a studio for a game if you're only a guaranteed, say, 200 million. I mean, you're gonna balance it out with how much you're guaranteed to make. So I mean, I don't know. I think 343 and Coalition and all that, they all have the potential of making like an exponential game.
I don't know about that, man.
Matter of how, I think it's just a matter of how much money is dumped into it and what Microsoft's focus is. If Microsoft's focus is to keep you playing that one game, well then they're going to focus basically on the multiplayer, and then you're not going to have a good balance between the single player and the multiplayer market. You're just going to have the player market picking up on that game.
I'd be fine with it if there are single player games where just RPGs made by Obsidian. I'll take that.
Well, Microsoft's banking on having their Game Pass on everything. That's what they're banking on.
They are making an RPG. You didn't see the announcement trailer for it?
No, I didn't know. I didn't. Which one was it?
It's the one. Okay, so it was on the Xbox announcement for world premiere or whatever. And it looks like they're trying to come up with a better version of Elder Scrolls, and it's based off of Pillars of Eternity series, and it looks really good. Like it looks like hella good actually.
I'm kind of hoping Obsidian just shits all over Bethesda.
That's what I'm. Yeah, same. Yep.
Same.
That would be awesome if somebody could actually put Bethesda on notice as far as forcing them to make a better game.
They're bullshittery, yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
Because I just get tired of Bethesda, man.
Yeah, they have been disappointing lately.
I've been so disappointed by their games. Like Fallout 76, I know it's supposed to be better now, but I just don't give a shit to play it, dude. Because I don't really even like Fallout 4. Yeah, because I kind of started behind that. I was told to buy it because fucking Meme Chan was telling me, yo, dude, get it. It's so great. I get it. And he doesn't even play it with me. And I'm like, wow, fuck you.
You sound like a scorned lover, by the way.
I spent $30 on fucking Fallout 76. Who stepped
on your Legos? Who stepped on your shit?
But like $30, what? Like, are you mad that you spent the $30, or are you madder at the idea that that's $30 out of Fate Go?
Nah.
Well, no. The problem is, Fate Go, I've been playing free to play for ever since that day, and honestly, it's been really fine.
Fateful day.
Listen, I failed to get Mordred, and then I had to cry, and then I moved on with my life. I'm like, I'll never get you.
I've learned about Bethesda games is that you don't buy them at launch, you buy them like 3 years later, and then you actually might have a decent game.
True. True.
Yeah, but because Fallout 76 was
I thought it was like a
horrible.
decade later, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, decade. I mean, that works too.
Like
You
Skyrim
you have to wait for everybody else to work out the bugs first. Before...
Bro, I'm still waiting on the fucking Jaded Monkey statue quest that's in Oblivion to get fixed. It's still
Yeah, good luck with that one.
it's still fucking broken, man. Like everybody, you know what's funny is like you know damn well like anybody who sits there and says that they 100% at a Bethesda game, you can straight up call them a fucking liar and mean it, dude. Like
Yeah.
you're like
No,
you're
no,
fucking
they use
full of
console
shit,
commands,
man.
bro.
Okay,
No, they
so
just use
Junie
console
said-
commands.
Junie basically said the one why Microsoft will be hurt Sony first party games is they have to release some strong AAA games, and I don't know about that.
It depends on the game.
Depends
I
on the
mean,
game.
hey, if the PS4 can get by on the first beginning of remasters, I'm pretty sure Xbox can do something. Just
Well,
saying.
if you're talking, I mean, if you're talking, I don't think that Microsoft's going to be in trouble. I mean, that's kind of like a pointless thing to say. I just think that if you're trying to compare them between the two, obviously, I don't think that Microsoft can compete the way they're doing it with Sony first party, but I don't think they're really competing with each other. I think they're
No,
looking
not
at two
anymore.
totally different audiences.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
just like
Microsoft.
just
I
like
mean,
Nintendo. Nintendo is not looking at the same audience
Yeah.
that PlayStation or Sony or Microsoft is.
It's
No,
also
I
as
think- I
Microsoft.
think-
They're in two different leagues right now. Where we obviously Sony could change here, but
Let's see.
Microsoft
Not
look
those.
like they're-
Hold on. Junie says not those indie games that were that they showed at the show. I thought some of their indie games weren't too bad.
Yeah, it actually
Yeah,
looked good.
Yeah, I'm not. I failed to see any problems with the indie games. Like they to me seem like they are delivering more in the indie realm than what a lot of these AAA people are, as far as the amount of money they have to put something
also because
into it.
AAA games have been kind of slacking.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I will say like as far as like the quality of like Sony's first party is top notch, but as far as like any of the other AAA, there's a lot of indie games I would take over a lot of these just regular third party AAA games.
Because obviously not all AAA is bad, but it's like, man, it's just
No, the quality
There's a-
has been slipping, especially the last like 3 to 5 years ish.
Junie says Xbox fans are not filling those games.
Are you an
Xbox fans
Xbox
aren't
fan?
what?
I don't think you're an Xbox fan, bro. I'm feeling Everwild. I told you what I was down for. I said Everwild looked good. That's an indie game.
I like some of the Microsoft indie games.
I think Junie is what he's mixing up is the online Xbox crowd and the Xbox fans. Because the online Xbox crowd is just simply talking shit about Halo first party crap.
Junie says
can
I'm
give
a
shit
game.
less
Junie says I'm a game fan.
I'm in that
Yeah,
same
well,
boat.
no, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not even saying like me too. I don't give a shit like what game it is. Like if it looks like a fun game, I'll play it wherever it's at. It doesn't matter. But I think as far as the Xbox fans, you can't focus that on like what you're seeing like in like Facebook groups
Or Twitter. Yeah.
Twitter, whatever like that. Because these people are just simply there to troll.
Yeah, they love to hate.
one another. Yeah, and so when it comes to that, like I wouldn't put any stock in that because to me, that most Xbox fans and most PlayStation fans aren't on Twitter or Facebook. They're in their own little, thing, and they just do their thing. Yeah, they just walk in and go, "Oh, the PS5. Okay, I'm gonna get that Xbox Series X. I'm gonna get that."
Most
and they
people
just
are
go
not
back
on
home.
Twitter.
They don't.
Junie says
Yeah, they
Halo
don't
is
talk-
a
they
day
don't
one
talk-
buy for me when it comes out.
Oh, it's a day one buy for everybody. I think. I mean, for everybody that's getting a.
I can't wait to play
Series X.
co-op
Me,
with
I
everybody
doubt
with it.
I don't know about day one
I get
buy,
a Series X.
but I'm gonna get at some point, mainly because 343 hasn't been able to live up to Bungie in terms of Halo games. Because there's name all the 343 Halos. They haven't even come close to touching Halo 3, for example. Not even close.
Yeah, if you compare 343's Halos to Bungie's Halos, I would take Bungie's Halos any day of the week.
Why? Because they actually run stable.
Also, the storage is better. Like I'll be honest, like a lot of Halo 5 story was kind of ass. Halo 4 was boring as fuck. I know that's subjective saying that, but I couldn't complete Halo 4. I was falling asleep during that game.
You're right along the lines with the entire community. Like Halo 4 was like the bastard of the group.
Yeah, and also because the enemies that you're facing, the stupid 400 robots, were probably the worst enemy type you can ever face in Halo because they're so boring.
Halo 4 was considered like the Gears Judgment of the Halo community.
Yeah, everybody hated it. Dude, the online was terrible, bro. Like, it was so bad.
Yeah, I mean...
So, Junie says, I'm getting a PS5 day one because my wife is getting it for me when it comes out.
That's PlayStation 5, I mean, that'll be a day one for me just simply because, I mean, my library is going to carry over and I'm so invested into the PlayStation trophy system and stuff, and I think I have like 2,000.
I will say this. I will say this. It comes down to people. I mean, what exclusives you want, what are you looking to do, and whatnot. You know, it doesn't matter what which one you buy. You're gonna have a good experience on either or. You know.
Yeah, I just think you got to look at it this way. That like the only thing that like these things are supposed to convince is somebody like a PlayStation gamer to pick up a Series X to play X, Y, and Z. Right. Or an Xbox gamer to pick up a PlayStation 5 to play X, Y, and Z. Like, you already have, like, the core base, because, I mean, Brim, I mean, he might not give a shit about whatever.
I'm going to say this, Junie, sorry for interrupting, but Xbox games on PC don't run as good as people make it out to be.
No, they really don't, and that's unfortunate.
Which game?
Gears of War 5 on PC runs like ass. So does Quantum Break. On PC when they first launched it to PC.
Now you're talking about on the Windows Store, or you're talking about the one on Steam?
Windows Store when they first launched.
Yeah, the Windows Store is just trash no matter what. Like it really is. It bogs down everything to make your game, and it makes your game run like shit no matter. You have to have a lot of brute force to get past it.
Yeah.
But I mean on Steam, from my understanding, Quantum Break and Gears on Steam runs pretty well.
I can't talk about those games, but the Halo remasters play pitch perfect.
Yeah, I think it's just that whatever Microsoft has in the back end running, like along with your game, is what's causing the games to run like
Gears
ass on
ran
PC,
great on the Xbox app for a while there on PC, and then all of a sudden update, bam, just terrible.
Oh, see, man. Whenever I first got Gears and played it like on the PC on the Windows Store, it ran like shit, and then I just started playing it on the actual Xbox because it was just terrible to even try it on the PC. And I had 980 Ti at the time. But I don't know. I mean you have your core set of Xbox guys. I mean everybody who has they're either Xbox guys or the PlayStation guys. People can always say they're both, but no matter what, they are one or the other. And as far as like console guys, so they will pick up guaranteed like the PlayStation or the Xbox, but these shows are meant for so that way you can say, oh well, I really liked what I saw at that Xbox event, but I can't play it on my PlayStation, so I'll pick up a Series X down the line and buy a few games there, and then that allows Microsoft to get like a little bit of the cross money, because eventually, if you buy a console for say the exclusives, you'll end up buying a one or two because you'll find some friends on there that are playing Halo, and they'll go, hey, I want you to play Battlefield 25 whatever with me, and so you'll go buy Battlefield you'll go buy Battlefield 25 on your Xbox just so you can play it even though you have it on your PlayStation. But that's what those shows are mainly for, and just to show their core fan base, like what's coming up. But
yeah, well, some of the people that are going to PS5 are upset at Microsoft what they did with Mixer. I mean, I've been hearing that kind of stuff going around. People are just upset at Microsoft in general, so they're just gonna go pick up a PS5 because of it.
Yeah, I don't know how many are gonna do that though.
I don't see you're talking about taking almost everything that you've bought over the course of time and swapping it over to a whole new console. Like I don't see that happening a lot. Simply
not
because,
for something like Mixer going under.
Yeah, if I've spent probably $30,000 on games, and like on my PlayStation, and I'm not about to just walk away from that.
Junie,
because
I
PlayStation
agree
pissed
with
me
you.
off.
I agree
Okay.
with you. All third-party games should be crossplay. I agree with you.
I'm waiting. I'm like waiting for his wife. I'm waiting for your wife to smack you in the shoulder for that. Shit.
I will say one new game that what is it? High Res needs to fix right now is Rogue Company. I like that game. It's great, but they really need to get their server shit together.
What type of game is Rogue Company? Because I saw
So
some
Rogue
gameplay
Company is
before I
a
got to
better
play it.
version, in my opinion, a better version of Valorant. Straight up, better version.
Third person. It's a third person shooter, and it's really good.
It's really
I'll give it-
fun.
I'll
They just need to get their servers together for that game. If they can get it right, that game's gonna be great.
I'll have to give it a try, but I don't know. It's a third-person shooter, so it's gonna be really iffy for me. I don't hate third-person shooters, but it's gonna be iffy if I don't
I
play. It's
do.
gonna have to really rock my
I would
socks
say.
off.
I would say this. It's a better SOCOM.
Yeah.
Okay,
I agree
yeah.
there.
Yeah, I'll have to give it a try, but I feel kind of dirty like trying to play it because I
Well,
was playing
knowing high
Persona.
res, here's the thing: knowing high res, it'll end up on Steam. So I would.
Well, High Res is already talking about taking it out of beta and making it full release already, and I'm like, no, you're not even ready for that. Not even.
Can they just release it on Steam when they do that? Because I feel
I'm
dirty having
pretty-
the Epic launcher on my
They got an
computer.
Epic. It's Epic exclusive, and it's exclusive with PS4 gear or
What?
PlayStation gear stuff.
Is that on a timer though? Is it like a year exclusive?
No.
I was
It's
wondering if instead of
permanent?
No, it's not. It's permanent.
Oh man, yeah. Well, I'm never playing.
Oh,
it.
that's gross. I guess I'll have to try on Epic a little bit, and if I really like the game, I guess I'll keep it on Epic because I did get it for free, the beta code, so I have to play it. But
Yeah,
buying
right.
it will be a different matter. Or is
I
it gonna
will.
be free to play the game?
It's gonna be free to play, but you could buy the Founders Edition. If you bought the Founders like me, you get High Res treats everybody pretty well when the full game gets released.
I'll never buy another Founders Edition for any game.
Paladins, they did a really good job giving their founders pretty good stuff.
Same with the Tribes Ascension, whatever that Tribes was, the free to play was. God, that was a good game. I wish that hadn't stalled like it did. But yeah, High Res did that one too, and that was a really good. They treated their founders right, but it wasn't, pay to win or any nonsense like that.
Right.
It's just unfortunate they're Epic only, man. Because I love high res games.
I mean, what was the other game that's like Monster Hunter World? Dauntless. I mean, Dauntless is Epic exclusive, but I think I kind of hurt Dauntless because Epic sucks, and also Monster Hunter World's just better.
Well,
I think Neo's better than all of them.
Epic is literally, no joke, got 3 different companies behind it now. So
Yep.
At this point, so,
yeah,
I
but
mean,
the majority
Epic-
one is terrible. It's fucking Tencent.
Here's what Epic can do to make me somewhat like them
Tencent
again.
has a stake in Trovo, so
I
there
know.
you go.
I know they're getting into everywhere, and I fucking hate it.
What Epic can do to make me kind of like them is fix their store and basically put all the PlayStation games that are like obviously all the third-party exclusives that like
They
studios like
are.
Atlas that work with but like that's obviously first party will probably do it. Third parties will probably go to Steam, like Atlas's games, all the Persona games come to Steam, please. That's all.
Bloodborne. That's all I want. I'd pay $60
Bloodborne's a first
to play
party.
Bloodborne.
It's-
I know it
it's a
is,
fir-
but that's what I want.
It'll
It's
probably
on
come
first
to
party.
Epic
Get
eventually.
it. It seems like PlayStation's waking up and realizing that there is a market for putting it on PC.
Yeah,
That's
it'll
why they,
happen. It's
that's
just a
why
matter of
they're
how long.
That's why they got a stake in Epic Games because they
I'm
want.
up.
Yeah, it just won't. It just won't. I just don't think it'll ever happen day one like Microsoft games. But I don't think the PC community really cares as long as
No,
they get to
yeah.
play them and they don't have to buy a PlayStation to do it.
Right. Yeah, because that's the thing. I'm never going to buy a PlayStation just to play fucking Bloodborne and a handful of others. But I don't mind waiting
Yeah.
a year or two for it to come out on wherever and then, buy it. Yeah, fuck it.
I hope that happens. But I
Well,
also hope all
Sony
the
has
third
their
party-
own their own PC. What is it? PlayStation something rather developer
don't think
for
that's-
PC now.
like what's Atlas's relationship with
Because
Sony,
on
though?
Steam, if you look on Steam, Sony has their own development side for their PC games now.
Oh yeah, that's part of Sony Worldwide Studios or whatever it is. But I mean, it's the same as that does all the first party for their. They just put it under an umbrella, basically, like Microsoft did. Instead of it being all these different, like just say Naughty Dog or whatever like that, they can just simply brand it with the one logo. And so they're going to be the ones handling the PC ports too, because they have the PC version, the PC side of it. But I don't see. I don't know. Do you really think they're going to put their first party on Epic?
Yeah, because they put so much money into Epic because they like the Unreal
They got a
Engine.
20% stake in Epic.
Yeah.
Well,
But it's
it depends because I don't see like Last of Us or like Uncharted, for example. But I can see but I can see like all the other third-party exclusives that going to like other stores.
Here's
you know?
what I see happening.
I think they're flagship titles. I don't think you'll see like your Naughty Dog, like your.
Well, right now,
Uncharted.
Death Stranding and Horizon are both on Epic at the moment.
I just
They're
love it on Steam as
and
well.
Still better on Steam.
And here's the thing, right? This is what's going to happen, right? Sony's going to try and keep their first-party exclusives on Epic because they want they want it to be on their own system. But the problem is that all the third parties that go to both are going to way outsell on Steam. Like fucking Zero Dawn.
Death Stranding.
Yeah,
and
Death
Persona.
Stranding and Zero Dawn and Persona and them, they're going to way outsell their Epic counterparts on Steam.
Zero Dawn is the first party.
Yeah, but that came out but that released before they bought out Epic or bought their share in Epic though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I still don't. They don't. I mean, if you look at the amount of money they invested, they didn't invest that much money into Epic. Like as far as I don't. I mean, do you really? I don't think they own a 20% stake, do they?
Yeah.
Yes, they
No,
do.
they do.
They do.
It was like it was 250 million, and they are worth a shit ton more. That's 20% of what their net worth is.
Sony plans in the next
that would
10
be
years from their
that'd be
stake.
That'd be 1.25 billion for their total.
Sony stated that they want to have 50% in Epic Games. They want to be in the same ballpark as Tencent.
That's never gonna happen.
Yeah, what's gonna happen to Tim Sweeney? Because Tim Sweeney owns 40%.
Yeah, he's never
Yeah, I
gonna
mean,
sell that much.
That would mean
Unless he retires.
Sony and Tencent would own Epic, and Tim Sweeney would just be in, like a shareholder.
Figurehead. Yeah,
like that.
basically.
Yeah, I couldn't see that happening.
Let's see. Did you
I couldn't see
see
him
Tom
willingly
Sweeney
giving
call
that up.
out? Did you see Tom Sweeney call out publishers for raising the prices to $69.99? No, I didn't,
Yeah.
Jimmy.
No.
I didn't see that, but I also saw him when he said games was going to be cheaper on Epic, and it didn't happen. I also
Right.
saw that.
I don't know. I just have a problem with people complaining about the price increase, because I mean, I think it's coming from a place of just like I don't know. I hate to say it, but it's coming from a place of like ignorance, because most of these people that are complaining grew up on the say PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4 era, and so they don't know pricing of games. All they know is $59.99. And us that grew up for many years ago, we all know that games $59.99. We were all like, hell yeah, because I mean, you're talking back then it was what like could be $89.99 back in 1980 something.
Yeah, but you got to realize though
So-
that was also before all of these things happened that were supposed to reduce the price of games, but never did. I mean, we kept hearing digital distribution and all this other stuff was supposed to reduce the price of games, but they stayed $60.
I hear that, and I mean I can agree with that, but I think that a lot of I mean I can't say a lot. Some devs have I guess taken that extra whatever and made longer games or bigger games.
Some of them.
Yeah.
But most of them haven't.
Like, just like cash grabs or whatever like that. Yeah, well, the big I guess third-party titles really haven't at all. Like,
I mean,
they
give an example.
basically just keep making the same thing.
Do you think was it Madden or NBA that was $80, Trev? Or gonna be $80 American?
Oh, it was NBA 2K.
Do you think
and that's a bad example. Like, that's exactly the
$80?
example of not what we're talking about. But like I can see like Witcher, right? Witcher 3 is an enormous fucking game. And obviously they did not just, take the money and run with it that they made on like Witcher 2 and stuff. But not every game is like fucking Witcher 3.
like
No, I think
to give an example, like I wouldn't mind like paying not $80, but like $108 Canadian for like God of War or like even Bloodborne. But I would
Well, you're
be
talking. I
super
mean,
pissed.
but you're talking. That's another example of the devs that have taken the extra, I guess, the easier development time, and turned that into something extra. They didn't just take it and go, oh well, we can put out this. We were going to make this 10-hour game, so we can continue making this 10-hour game and selling it for,
Oh, he was
$60.
on Fox Business, Junie. I didn't know that.
They took it to where it was like they made a 20-hour game instead of or 25, 30-hour game or whatever and then still made it look, amazing throughout the whole thing. So they took that, like those studios like God of War, Bloodborne, like From Software, with CD Projekt Red, they've taken the easier development time
I don't watch
and
Fox
turned it
Business.
into a bigger game. So, but I mean, if you're talking, it's more of like the problem relies with more of like the Call of Duties and the Battlefields and the
Actually, I think I
NBA
got the
games,
perfect
the sports games.
I think I got a perfect example of that. If games are gonna be more expensive, then they gotta tone down the microtransactions.
That too.
Because I think it's a little absurd. Like I'm gonna use Overwatch as a little gameplay example.
I don't think
I
games
think it's
should be $69.99 if you're doing what 2K's pulling. I don't really like that at all.
Yeah,
No,
but
2K is definitely being just greedy as hell. Like that. That's just all that. But I mean,
Because
most of these
companies are going to see
are.
that. Companies are going to see that, and they're going to be like, "Yeah, people are buying into that, so let's do the same." And that's ridiculous in itself, if you know what I mean.
I think the people that are going to set the pricing, basically, is going to be the Call of Duties and the Battlefields. Those are the ones that sell.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
The high numbers, and so if Call of Duty sells at $60, I think you're going to see more games coming back down to the $60 price. But if they sell it for $70, and because Call of Duty is always the number one seller,
Right.
and so I think that they're the kind of like the market. They're the ones who set the tone for the market.
Yeah.
Well, if
And
you can get a
so-
game for $69.99 that comes with more stuff in it for the price, then I'm down with that. But if they're doing what 2K's doing, that's just egregious.
I just think I honestly think that just selling a sports game for $60 every year is egregious.
Yes, it is. I agree.
DLC.
Especially because they don't
It's
even put in
basically
the
just
work that, I mean, even Call of Duty doesn't even, hasn't until the latest, put in a whole lot of work.
I don't think
but-
Call of Duty and Battlefield will be 70. I never know with that.
I mean,
It'd be a tough sell.
I don't know. It depends. It really depends. I mean, if you're talking about if they do more to it, then you're gonna have higher numbers as far as the sell, the
also
price.
it's gonna apply to
if they stick with what
remasters.
they're doing, I don't. If they stick with what they're doing, I don't see it being. I don't see the same thing happening. No, I think it'll be $50 or $60 or whatever. And I don't say you're not gonna see the remaster.
No,
Not like you did this gen, because everything's gonna basically on both consoles are gonna transfer over.
Well, I'm hoping
And
Call
so-
of Duty
Good,
Cold War
but-
is pretty good, and I just hope no price hike for it.
I
I
don't
think that
mind
what you're gonna see. Oh, go ahead.
with all these the big problem I have price tag is not so much that game more expensive and all that stuff. My problem is that games are already having all these absurd microtransactions and all. Not obviously not every game, but a lot of the big games do have these absurdly dumb microtransactions, and they're already charging you full price. So how much more money do you need? You know what I'm saying? How much?
Yeah, I personally don't think any game charging the microtransactions should be charging full price at launch for a game.
No. Yeah, the $60 with
I'd
be that-
microtransactions, that's like a dick punch.
That's a
Yeah,
the dream, wouldn't it be?
But the problem is that the ones that are doing that are specific communities, and so until you get those communities to actually wake up and realize what the hell's going on, it's just going to continue to happen.
I wish the
They won't-
Valorant community would wake up and realize that shit, dude. Because they were selling skin to
$90
Valorant
for a
skin, and I'm like, yo, fuck. I don't hate Valorant skins. I don't hate it, but $90 for a skin can fuck right off. I don't care if it's a pack of 10 skins. $90 fucking
But
dollars.
Isn't it a free to play game though?
It is.
Yes.
But still, that's still
Okay.
quite a lot.
No, I'm not saying that it's not, but I mean, I fully understand because those are all optional. I mean, they don't, you know what I mean? That it's not like you have to have that skin, but I mean,
Yeah.
in a free to play game, I just kind of say that you look at that's where all their money's going to be made. Whether like they're probably not thinking 6 million people are going to spend $90 on a skin. They're probably thinking if I can just get a couple, that I mean that's a couple of dumbasses
Like below
out there.
1% would be fine.
Yeah, I don't like, but in a free, to me, microtransactions in a free to play game are fully understandable. Like they got to make their money somewhere, and there's a lot of work that goes into like keeping a free to play game going and popular.
Right.
And so they've got to have the money coming in, which I don't begrudge any free to play game having microtransactions. It's just that whenever you have like the Call of Duty community, the Madden or the FIFA community and the NBA community, where they just continually buy these loot boxes in there or whatever. The only thing that you're doing is teaching them, well, yeah, sell me a game and then sell me more content that doesn't do anything more for my game. Like they're just teaching them. They're showing like as long as there's dumbasses out there, they're going to continue selling to those dumbasses.
Yeah, basically.
It's
unfortunate.
awful, dude. Okay.
It's unfortunate because I mean it's not the majority of people buying them. It's
No.
just a lot of damn cows or cash cows out there.
Yep.
The whales.
But
Like,
that's the thing. Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
it only takes a
The
couple.
whales,
That's
yeah.
the thing.
Oh yeah, if a couple of them just said, you know what, enough of this. I'm not I'm not spending this much money on anymore. It would change the face of the way they did release their games.
yeah, it would
but
change everything.
this-
But
I guess if you have enough money to piss away, I mean, like you're never going to really care if you spend $70 and then spend another, $3,000 over the course of a year buying stupid loot boxes. Like, you're just not going to care because these people probably make that in a day. So
no,
I mean,
they don't make that. In
I
a
would
day.
hope
It's
so
not
if you're buying that much.
It's not that
Yeah,
they make
you-
that in the
you-
day.
yeah.
It's just it depends how invested you are in the game. Because I've done a little bit of whaling. I'll be
A little?
honest.
You were orca on the hook, motherfucker. Like there's no maybe about that
Line
shit.
and sinker.
Orca on the hook. That's
Well, here's
Ahab
the thing,
had
obviously,
your
I-
fucking ass, dude.
No, but I'm saying this unironically. Obviously, like I spent a lot of money in Fake Go, but Fake Go, most of those gotcha games are actually are really fair. I'd argue they're more fair than some of the other AAA games they print full price for in
Let's
terms
see,
of microtransactions.
Junie says, if you look at the new Call of Duty, they are launching with less content. Call of Duty Modern Warfare's launch with 10 maps compared to the older Call of Duty series.
This is the new
That's
one
fair.
coming out?
He says, if you look at the new Call of Duty, they are launching with less content. ...
See, I don't
Call of
know
Duty
if
Modern Warfare
I-
launched with 10 maps.
I don't know if I buy
I don't
that
know if you
because
can-
there was less maps, but there was way more like
Junie,
there
you're
was
saying
warfare.
is older CODs launched with 12 to 15 maps. I mean, 3 less maps.
yeah, but
That's
yeah,
a big
but you're
deal.
also talking about. But look at also how much more they're putting into the single player as well.
Well, not just that, but there's also Warzone. There's also a shitload
I
more
mean,
guns
there's
and
a-
stuff. Like, yeah, I'd say the content
just don't
on the
think
new
it's-
Modern Warfare is actually a lot more than what we were getting with the
I
older
just don't
ones.
think. Yeah, I just don't think I don't think it's an apples to apples thing.
Yeah, plus
because
all the new releases for all the new maps and stuff have all been free, whereas with the older Call of Duties, those would have been $15 map packs.
oh yeah, every time.
Glad that model died.
So yeah, I'm actually really happy with the way the new Modern Warfare has come along. I like their business model. I got no problem with the Battle Pass. They're putting out a lot of content, especially for free. So I'm happy with it. I think if Call of Duty stayed the way Modern Warfare is, and every couple of years they do a refresh or something, I'd be totally down with that. I think
a couple years really doing a refresh this year.
whatever, right? Well, no, because
For my
I don't think they're completely changing everything for the new one coming out this year.
No, it's supposed to be the new Treyarch game, right? Or I'm pretty sure it's the new
Treyarch's doing Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War.
But the multiplayer is
Yeah,
going to be weird with that, though, right? It's going to be like Modern Warfare.
It's gonna have a campaign. It's gonna be pretty much like Modern Warfare, but just Cold War edition.
But I thought the multiplayer for both was going to be in one big pool.
No,
Oh,
Yeah, probably
No.
separate games.
It's going to be separate.
separate games.
That's
separate games.
Now,
shameful price.
wait. I think that might just be guesswork because I have yet to see anything announced on I mean, just
Well-
a minute ago, like the guy that does Call of Duty news on Twitter was wondering if Doritos accidentally leaked the new Call of Duty, but I mean, it was basically just get Call of Duty 2 times points for Black Ops or whatever. But it wasn't anything groundbreaking as far as like releasing them. And I mean, I don't. Where are you getting all this information as far as like it's going to like for sure that it's going to be like this, or are you just guessing?
Not guessing. I'm getting that just from leaks in general, like online. Leak EO Gamer.
Well, then we don't know for sure.
Leaked out a bunch of marketing.
I don't know. I think when it comes to like those leaks, they're more looking for clicks than they are like putting factual truth behind it. So I always wait till I actually hear something from either that Call of Duty intel guy on Twitter, because he's right. He has an ear to the the developers for Call of Duty, but then also
Charlie, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Charlie Intel, whatever. Yeah, either him or the companies themselves, because games journalism they hear something like see people talking on Twitter or in that stupid new ass.
Don't treat it as this just in.
Well, the newest leak is pretty much that they're going to be partnering up with Doritos for their next marketing scheme.
Well, that I wouldn't be surprising, considering that Call of Duty is big on working with Doritos and Mountain Dew. But I don't know. I just don't see how successful Modern Warfare has been for them just to piss all that away and release a whole nother thing.
Let's see.
adding to it.
Junie says, I think y'all getting it, ... I'm not talking about the free stuff. I'm talking about the base game. You get less for the same price.
But again, like I said, the base game comes with a whole bunch of shit.
Out.
Yeah. Like I said, I would say that the new Modern Warfare has more content than the older ones, if taken as a whole. Maybe not individual parts. Like, yeah, there's a few less maps or whatever, but yeah, I think it's more content total.
I think it's a wash at that point, really.
But I think even whenever you look at it, though, the quality, the amount of work, and the quality overall with Modern Warfare, yeah, you might get 3 less maps at launch, but I think whenever, or maybe even 2 less maps at launch. I still think you're getting an overall better product and value for the money that you're spending at $60. I mean, I don't know. I just don't think that you can say, well, I'm missing 2 maps, so therefore I'm not getting the same amount of content, because the single player was a longer campaign than what was normally on older Call of Duties, and the maps, from my understanding, of course, I haven't played the maps on Modern Warfare yet, but they. From my understanding, they were bigger and better maps than what they were before. Like,
yeah, they are.
But bigger for sure.
Yeah, bigger for sure.
Well, I still say that there's, you can't. You got to be able to compare in size and money. Like, it's not just you give me X, Y, and Z, and it has to be X, Y, and Z next time. But I mean, if I'm giving you like 3 pounds of apples for $60. But in 3 pounds, like, you're getting 100 apples. But if I turn around and then give you 3 pounds of apples and I'm giving you 60 apples, you're still getting 3 pounds of apples. It doesn't matter how many apples you get, as long as you get the same amount of stuff. And I think that's what's actually happening here, is that sure you might be getting less in the total number, but you're getting overall
the quality
being better.
A studio that admitted that the game quality wouldn't be up to snuff either because of COD. Like, wasn't there, like, I could have sworn we talked about this before. Like, there was a studio that came forward and said that not only are we going to get less games for the higher cost, but the quality of the game isn't going to be.
Okay, so Junie says, let me ask, so if the next Call of Duty launches with 6 maps, more guns, and campaign, 1 zombie map, is it worth $60 at launch?
No.
Well, no, not with that. But I mean, again, that's
you're talking like right now it's 2 less maps versus that. I mean, that's a whole other, like, a full-on game almost.
I mean, I can honestly see that happening. be honest about that, but
But I mean, if they launch with that and like say a 30-hour campaign, well then you can kind of balance that. Sure, it might not be like what you want because you're not a campaign gamer, but I think it's kind of like you got to look at the whole entirety of the whole project versus just the multiplayer section. And I get it, Call of Duty is all about the multiplayer. That's where their money's at. But I mean, it's
well, and this is the other thing. Would you rather 12 maps where 6 of them are shitty, or would you rather 10 really good maps?
I would rather 10 really good maps.
Yeah, me
personally.
too. So, yeah, there's a whole... It's not a simple calculation at all. And I think, like I said, my opinion, but I believe the most recent Call of Duty is... I don't want to say the best, because I still think Modern Warfare got it beat, but certainly... its business model, I think, is the best.
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of like if you're happy or not. I don't think it can be an objective thing.
Yeah.
Well, they had to take a slice of humble pie after what happened with Black Ops 4. They had to go back to the the drawing board.
Treyarch was way overconfident in their ability to deliver, or that people would just buy
to sell a game.
Yeah, their ability to sell the game, I guess, just by their name.
See, Jinnytty says because year over year, COD is launching with less content but more microtransactions.
Well, this is what I'm saying. I would say that it's not less content for this one.
I mean, I can agree with that though. Like less content, more microtransactions, definitely a thing that's happening.
Well, again, more micro because before you'd have map packs for $15 where you'd get 3 maps. And now we get free maps, but there's a battle pass, but the battle pass is completely optional. So is it really more microtransactions? I mean, I'd say even if the individual number of microtransactions has gone up, because obviously you can buy a shitload of stuff in the store. That wasn't, there wasn't a store for the older Call of Duties, but I would say that the content you get, or I should say the microtransactions you need to buy to keep playing is way less.
Jinnytty says that on the older CODs it was 4 maps per map pack.
Yeah, for $12 or $15. And now you got the battle pass.
$14.99.
Plus his Iron map. Forgot to mention it.
But then you'd also buy the season pass for $59.99 or for.
Yeah, I mean, it would be.
It was cheaper than getting all the DLC separately. And also, most people only bought the first DLC. Sorry, I had to cut you off. I just mentioned that.
Call of Duties were always, to get everything that Call of Duty offered was still $99.99. And they would still have a ton of map packs. I mean, still have a ton of microtransactions. So I mean, I'm not sure, because now you're only spending $60 plus microtransactions.
But
I just think the new Call of Duty's not that egregious when it comes to stuff. It's optional.
Yeah, it's all optional. That's the thing. All their microtransactions are optional.
It was Junie's saying it was $39.99.
No. Because even right now, if you go to try to buy Black Ops 2 on PS3, it's still $100 for that is $9.99 still on the PlayStation Store for
the Ultimate Edition
Black
or whatever.
Ops 2, the game and all the DLC.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always been $100. I mean, unless you find it on sale, I mean, the actual base price has always been $100. Because that's how my son's played. So I mean, I bought it literally every single year, unfortunately. This year was nicer because then it was only $60. I'd much rather spend 60 and keep somebody entertained for the entire year rather than spending 100.
100 and getting one map pack that sucks.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, but also the one thing is the problem with the DLC model or the map pack model was, not saying like I hated it, but the problem was most people only bought the first DLC, and then the second, the third, and the fourth DLC. Those multiplayer rounds would not be played because no one really had them.
Yeah, a lot of times.
Yeah, there's only a few select people that actually purchased the entire $100 edition.
And also in Black Ops 2 case, just give Black Ops 2 as an example. Most of those DLC maps were awful.
It was just the season pass for $39.99. If
Yeah,
you
$60
get
for the
Hardened
game and
edition, it
40
was
for the
99.
season pass.
But the Hardened came with everything you needed: season pass, game, everything for $99.99. I actually like the new system for Call of Duty. Honestly,
Yeah.
like I get more content, and it's
Plus,
$9.99
you
for
can
the
earn
season
the
pass.
currency for free to get the pass later. So
Yeah.
whatever.
Yep, and it's all optional. That's my thing. It's all
Yeah, but
fucking
isn't this-
optional.
Isn't this battle pass you're talking about for the Warzone part?
No.
Yeah, it
it's for
combines
everything.
for both. Yeah,
Yeah.
it combines.
Yeah,
So
but
like,
I'm-
if you
what I'm
play
saying, though, is,
TDM
like-
a lot and unlock it, you can unlock tiers, or you can play Warzone all the time and unlock tiers. It's the same tiers, regardless.
So like if
But
you
what I'm
earn
saying,
all
though,
if
is, like-
you
like-
if you
but,
earn
like,
all
if
the
I-
tiers
like-
for free, you can just buy the pass and you have them all unlocked. All the premium content stuff.
But so yeah, I mean that's.
Are you
still
talking about the
worthwhile, because
items,
you can
Rambo?
play if you. No, I'm talking about like the map packs. Like the map packs are completely
Oh,
free.
no. Yeah, the maps, like, those are specific to the mode, right?
Like
so
traditional. Yeah, traditional.
yeah.
Oh
'Cause
yeah,
they have,
those are free. Yeah.
but that's because Warzone doesn't use the same maps, right? But I think they have released a second Warzone map, haven't they?
No, not yet.
Not yet, but it is coming, I do believe. And then they've released, like 2 or 3 or 4 regular maps.
They just keep expanding the big map that they have. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all the same map. Yeah.
So it's kind of like
Okay,
Fortnite,
well,
where
then-
they just keep expanding the map, making it bigger, and making different things for different seasons.
But all that's free. You don't have to buy the battle pass or anything to get access to those maps.
I wish
Okay.
more games would go to the Call of Duty
still spending like
method.
$60 though.
For just the
Yes.
game, yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously, if you pay the $60 and you're a Call of Duty gamer, well, you really don't have to spend the money if you can earn all that other stuff for free.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Can't. So I mean, it's the same thing as Fortnite, because I mean, Fortnite. My daughter plays Fortnite all the time with her friends or whatever, and she plays each season or whatever, so that way she can have the credits or whatever
Right.
to have the next season's battle pass paid for.
Yeah, that's exactly how Modern Warfare's works too. And I
Yeah,
don't,
so
as
I don't
long
think-
as those are
I don't-
unnecessary items, I don't mind it at all.
And to me, I don't know. I just don't see the next Call of Duty not launching into or combining their stuff with the Warzone.
That's what I would
Because
think too.
it is so pointless to make a battle royale game that it only lasts a year. Like,
I
I
can
mean,
see
if
him
you're,
doing that just to sell
But
I
I
mean,
can
look at
see-
Blackout.
Blackout,
I mean,
look at
well,
that.
true, but I mean, I think that was their first attempt, and I think that they really just failed on it. They just put something out.
If they
don't know,
learn
I
what
just
they
think
should
that-
have learned from it, then they'll combine the multiplayer. They'll
Okay,
make the
so Junie
new
says-
Call
Yeah.
of Duty a campaign add-on or something, and the multiplayer will all just
Yeah.
combine. Yeah.
So Junie says, "Cause I have all the Call of Duties for PS3 and Xbox 360. I have all the hardened editions for PS3, and I
Yeah,
have
so do
2
I.
Prestige editions and 2 hardened Xbox 360 hardened Xbox 360s.
Well, them all 360, but I have them all for the PS3 and the PS4. Like, even though I don't play the damn multiplayer, and I don't even know why I got them. But I see something and I'm just like, oh, I can buy it. Like,
Well,
I
see,
have
here's
a
the thing: if
problem.
they kept with the map system, I don't think people would
fully
have been
admit that.
happy with that. To be honest, I don't think people would have been happy if they had the map pack system, season pass, and microtransactions.
And yeah,
behind
no
it.
way. People would have been pissed.
And people were already pissed off at Black Ops 4, like
Oh, yeah.
being a shit fest.
Yeah,
That was-
dude, it
that
still
was a
doesn't.
fucking-
It still doesn't work right.
Well, yeah, but to me, it seems like that from the way Modern Warfare is, or this new one, whatever, the Modern Warfare, the way it seems like is that they've taken like the trials and tribulations, I guess, of the Black Ops 4, learned from their mistake and corrected it in Modern Warfare.
And keep this
That's
in
what
mind.
I would. Yeah.
Keep
But
this in mind. They have Modern Warfare 2 added into the game for like really cheap too. And then they're talking about
Yeah.
adding Modern Warfare 3 to it as well, eventually down the line.
I mean, I mean, I don't know, dude. It's gonna be hard for me to see them launching like a Modern Warfare battle royale and a Black Ops battle royale because you're splitting the fan base. Like I think you're splitting everything up. To me, like they might have like say the multiplayer maps, so to say, on where you log into say Black Ops 4 or 5, whatever it is, to play the regular multiplayer map. But then have in that Modern Warfare thing, that Warzone, having those maps that are in that Call of Duty area added into the rotation for the Warzone.
That's
Right.
what I
It
would
seems like they
assume.
would keep it all in. It would keep it all in one location for the battle royale portion of it, at least.
Well, that's
It
why
would
I'm
make no sense
assuming.
to have 2 different battle royales launched.
Well, I'm assuming that's why they have Warzone separated from Call of Duty. You can get
Yeah.
it on its
Yeah.
own.
I
So
wish
I
they
get-
would do that with the regular multiplayer too, though, because I don't think it's smart to change it up, especially with the battle pass system. That's the perfect thing for new content, and to split it between 2 separate multiplayer, populations, that just doesn't make much sense. But we'll see.
I mean, I mean, it still makes more sense than launching 2 different battle
Sure.
royale sections.
Yeah, definitely.
That just like I don't know that it would blow my mind to see them just ditch Warzone. Because to me, Warzone's probably been a big cash cow for them.
Oh yeah. Oh definitely. It's
And
the
so,
best battle royale we got. Fuck.
Well, that's
Yeah,
not
so, I mean,
even
I-
including Call of Duty Mobile. Call of Duty Mobile's been there really an ace in the hole for them, really.
Yeah, I mean that really helped out in Japan and stuff.
Yeah, well, they kind of got their hold in the mobile
Well,
market now.
that's been on Trovo. That's the most popular thing on Trovo at the moment. Is literally COD Mobile. Digital Me learned that big time. Like there's so many people that play that, like that eat, sleep, breathe that game
Oh,
in
yeah.
general. It's crazy. It's like I never thought, and then people are all dedicated. Like they get their mobile device, they have to pick a certain mobile device to play it on too. It's so crazy.
Or you can use an emulator, make your life easier.
Yeah, but you know, also too, there's with the emulator too, there is a delay between the emulator and the phone type game.
Even with
tablet.
that, you still dominate mobile players with the emulator.
So I can understand why the mobile players are a little bit on the salty side with the delay and whatnot. I get it to a certain extent.
I don't know about that.
I don't know.
I don't
really
that much
feel-
interested in COD Mobile. Well, I don't really that much interested in
I don't
mobile
really
games in
feel-
general.
I don't really feel any certain ways towards like how mobile players feel, because if they can't expect a game like COD to have some sort of delay or whatever, I mean, there's nobody that's going to build that type of a game that just works flawlessly.
Oh, it's not going to
Or
happen on a
smoothly.
phone. Yeah.
No, like your phones just aren't that powerful. They're getting
Well,
there.
Call of Duty Mobile, they just need to
but-
get their acts together with the. Me and Digital have been talking about this for quite some time. They need to get it together with the whole lag and whatnot. That game would be great if they didn't have the lag in games where you just start stuttering every once in a while. I honestly think COD Mobile is really enjoyable. My opinion, personal opinion, I think COD Mobile is enjoyable over Modern Warfare to me.
It's fine.
That's just me though.
Yeah, I just think it goes back to how, like, wherever you feel more comfortable at. I mean, as far as if you feel more comfortable, like in the COD mobile maps, then, you know, naturally where you want to be. But it's good they have like, I guess about like a little bit of market in each one though. But I mean, I don't know. That was what Junie and what you were saying. I just don't see them splitting everything up. I just think Activision is at least smart enough to figure this out. But then again, it is Activision, so
It is Activision.
See,
Yeah,
Activision
so, I mean,
Activision can go right back to their old system if they wanted to.
they could. But I just feel like with Modern Warfare, I think they've made more money with this one than
Oh,
what
yeah.
they ever have selling hardened editions.
Oh, I'd
So,
bet. I'd bet fucking anything.
Yeah. Because it actually has freed up a lot of people that spent the extra $40 on the
Oh.
season pass It's freed them up to be able to spend more money on microtransactions.
Yep.
And
I
so,
agree with you.
I still say I don't know. I still say they're making a ton more money on this, and I don't see them like just running away from that.
Well,
That would be a stupid business model.
I'm waiting
Yeah.
for Call of Duty Online to hit. Me and Digital have been wanting that game for a while. To hit the PC,
Sir.
which is all multiplayer and multiplayer only.
I have been waiting forever for that shit.
For what now?
For Call of Duty Online.
It was like Call of Duty, like made for China.
They announced it. It was supposed to be launched over shortly after the mobile, but like it has yet to come. So it's like, come on, guys.
So pretty much it's pretty much what Pete was saying about multiplayer being separate. It'll be pretty much only multiplayer only.
So will it be just all the maps for all the different things, or
Yep.
like do they have their own specific maps for it?
So it'll be
they
much
combine
like Halo
all the Call of
Online.
Duty maps. They combine all the Call of Duty maps into one game, so that way you'll have like a shit ton of maps to choose from. Yeah.
So it'll pretty much be like
Oh, I
Halo
think-
Online in a way.
Yeah, before they shut that down.
But now, will you be playing with just a bunch of Chinese players?
No, if
Or
it
is
is
it
the
going to be like
West,
separate
it's the
servers
West.
for America?
Separate servers for America.
Yeah,
okay,
because
okay, cool. Because
if you try playing COD online, they try to use those Chinese servers, you'll lag like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
on
Digital. Is that game gonna
Well,
is Call of Duty Online
that
gonna
is
be
cheating.
on all platforms? On all
Do what?
platforms, or is it gonna just be PC?
As of
Probably.
right now, it's only PC.
Because that's where COD Online or Call of Duty Online is
But
only on
it doesn't
PC in China
take
and
much to
sells.
run though. Like it's really like not even a pretty game. It's really just basic bare. Like think of original Modern Warfare graphics, but like all of the modern shit mixed in with it. I mean that's kind of what you're getting, and that's fine with me, especially with an MMO progression like situation. I'm down with that. I can mess with that.
Yeah.
I love MMOs, so it's good.
I mean, as long as COD Online is good on PC.
If COD
That is all I
Online
care
added
about.
a battle royale to it, dude, like if they like multiplayer and they added a little like battle royale off to the side to that, that would be amazing. It'd be the
Why?
perfect sweet
They
spot.
have
There's already Warzone.
There's already like a multi-billion-dollar beast in itself.
Well, COD Mobile's BR is not bad either. I like that too.
Yeah, but that's
You
what
know-
makes sense for the mobile version of COD.
I don't know. I'm over battle royale. Like Warzone, I'll play from time to time with you guys, but
Yeah, I don't know about time to time for me. I installed that shit and played
Well,
it. So.
Rogue Company has kind of that vibe that they're going to be adding a battle royale. It
I
kind
fucking
of
hope
suits it.
not, bro.
Yeah, I'm already crying. How
I'm
do you?
so tired of BRs, bro. Like everybody wants to add the next BR. Everybody's trying to strike that lightning in the bottle like Epic did.
yeah, ever since the Epic made took the lightning in the bottle,
Ever since they crushed PUBG.
everybody's trying to figure out a way to put a battle royale into their games that doesn't even make sense. So I mean, and then not to mention like all the free-to-play games are basically coming out as a battle royale type thing, or a Overwatch type thing. And so I don't know. It's gonna eventually they're gonna water down the market so much that none of these battle royales will even make any more money because people will just get sick of playing the exact same thing.
Well, it's just like the arena shooter. Remember when every game was just trying to do the arena shooter shit that Call of Duty was doing?
Oh yeah.
Like that's what Battle
Call
Royale
of
is
Duty
right
is the reason
now.
why we have zombies in almost every damn game.
Yeah, like the arena shooter thing is like that was everyone was chasing Call of Duty's arena shooter like trend, but then once the next trend comes out that's not Battle Royale, that's what's gonna be the next copy and paste for every other dev. Like this happens every time now.
Yeah, I'm just ready for the battle royale scene to die out and let's move on to something.
I mean the
Maybe.
arena shooter scene didn't really go down popularity until Battle Royale showed up, so I don't see it dying the like Battle Royales for at least another like 5 years or so. Maybe. Or whenever the next trend, because it's always about like everyone can copy a trend, but no one can ever find what's gonna be the next big trend, and that's what's gonna be, Battle Royale. And ouch, my ears.
Oh, I mean, next time it could just be single player games. You just never know. Like it goes in waves.
Yeah. I mean, maybe. I hope RPGs is a big comeback, even though RPGs already have their market and it's very popular as is.
What else is on the docket for today?
I don't know.
He's got my 2 new monitors. I'm good.
Do what?
Got my 2 new monitors.
Wasn't the Xbox event really the only big major gaming thing that actually happened this past week?
Well, I guess Nintendo had one, but nobody knew about it.
Yeah, Nintendo did, but it was a 10-minute event, and it was
Did they
not
reveal
that great.
anything or no?
What did they announce?
Not anything that was major. It was really lackluster. It was like you blinked and it was over.
So no
Okay,
remasters.
No other remasters for Nintendo. They just talked about upcoming games that they have coming. Not very. It was very like you blinked and it was over.
Well, I guess Nintendo had nothing more to know.
It was literally called. I believe it was called the Nintendo Ultra, whatever they call. It was called Nintendo Ultra. Like they had different like events. It was really weird.
And no, nothing ever happened from it.
Well, honestly, I think after like the PlayStation event and this Xbox event, you probably kiss like E3 goodbye. I don't know if they'll ever go back to that type of format again, just of how much money it costs to have that type of event.
That's fine. E3 can die. Like, who even went to E3
Well,
anyways? Like, journalists that had no good opinions about anything anyways?
Well, I mean, E3 was fun before online journalism became a thing, because now, like every time, like right before E3 ever started, all these journalists would leak everything that was going to be shown, and you were like,
"Oh, that was at the Nintendo event.
Purpose?
It was there. It was a 10-minute. You blink, and it was pretty much talking about Crisis Remastered, pretty much on the Nintendo Switch. That's why people were down on the event.
Kind of weird.
When we talking about Crisis, I don't know if I want to play a first-person shooter on the Nintendo Switch, but yeah.
Like, that's just a weird thing for Nintendo to be like, yeah, we're having a press conference, guys. Guess what? Crisis is coming to our platform. I'm like, yeah, that took you guys how long? Like, we've had that.
Yeah.
And I was like, Crisis? This is the first Crisis game, right?
Yeah, it's a remaster.
How old is the first Crisis game?
Well, it was pretty much them.
2006, I think, or something like that.
It was pretty much them talking about Rogue Campaign and the new Crisis Remastered, technically.
Considering what like Crisis still holds up like to this day, would it like a Crisis remaster?
I know, I guess, because the first Crisis game still looks good.
The remastered is being made by the people that did Warface. That's the company behind the remaster.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're going to have to dumb that thing down a lot to run on a Switch.
I don't even know how you can even remaster first
It's
Crisis
running
game.
at supposedly 720p 30. That's what at
Woo,
the event.
boys! 720p.
Oh, yikes. I FPS like Crisis at 30 FPS.
Well, they're doing the same thing like with Red Faction Guerrilla, where you toggle dynamic.
That fucking game?
Yep.
How many times does that game need to be fucking released? Jesus Christ.
It was released on the Nintendo Switch as the Mar Master or something like that, what they called it. And then the shit show called the what was it, Saints Row the Third, that was released on the Switch. That was the lag mess.
Another game that's fucking like gets released annually, dude. Like,
Saints Row the Third.
How many definitive editions do we need?
I mean, I'll be honest. Saints Row games have all, like, other than the second game, they've all been kind of bad.
Bro,
The one good thing though about the Series X and the PS5 is that most of these companies aren't going to have to. Well, I would hope that if they did, they wouldn't sell that much. But they're not gonna have to like fully remaster them in order to sell them again if they want to. They could probably just simply add like a $10 upgrade fee unless you upgrade it to
Or you can just play it on the new console without having to pay
or you
for
can
it again.
I'm just saying, or you can just play
What
it with
happens if you
the
already
way
own
it
it
is.
though?
Bro, like, and you know what's funny is like on these new consoles, I don't think we're gonna see another guerrilla faction warfare type shit. Switch is just now getting that. Like, what's wrong with what's Nintendo? What the fuck is wrong with you?
For these new consoles, I swear to God, then this generation is gonna make the last one where it was just constant remasters. I'm gonna cry. So I'm really hoping they can
Last
still
of
get
Us
constant
Part 2,
remasters.
Last of Us Part 2 remastered. Here we go.
Don't
No,
worry,
please.
remaster.
I'm gonna cry.
No, they've already said that they already said you get the free upgrade to the PS5 version, but
Oh, that's cool.
whenever it comes to like the remasters, I think the main reason why we saw a bunch of them was because like the PS3 version couldn't be brought forward, and so they had to they just went ahead and remastered them for everything in order to be able to sell them again or whatever like that. So because they couldn't just sell the PS3 version anymore.
The thing is, like, I don't mind remasters for old games, like from like the PS2 or GameCube era or whatever. But a remastering of Saints Row 3rd is just why? Why do you even exist? Like, you know what I mean?
Well, for me, it exists because there was two platinum trophies that hooked to it. Because I bought the North America version and the EU version because they stat.
Just to get 2 trophies.
I love this man right now. I had to buy both versions because of trophies. That's some dedication, sir. That's some dedication.
You should see my Wolfenstein collection.
Hey, Rambo.
Germany has all of them.
That's some dedication to a game, man.
What was that fucking stupid fucking Italian game that you got? What was that stupid fucking Italian game that you got that was super expensive and it came out on the PlayStation Store like a month later after you paid a shit ton of money for it? It was like some Bull Rider game, right? Or some shit?
Yeah. I forgot what the hell it was, but it pissed me off, yeah. Like that.
You paid price for this fucking thing and it was like twice the cost. And it comes out of the PlayStation Store like a week later. I'm like, oh, that's rough.
That's amazing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, now I've learned to kind of wait a little bit before I go out, because I have so many games I think I have like 3,000 digital games across all my regions for PS4, because I have an account in like literally every region: Japan, Germany, the UK, the EU, Australia.
Welcome back, Jinny.
I've learned now since I have so many games still to play, unless it's those easy developers that just basically sell them for $4.99. But if it's a bigger game that costs in the $30 range or whatever, I'm waiting for like either a sale, because I'm not spending $80 or whatever across 3 different stacks or whatever in order to let it sit in my library whenever I know that probably in the next week or two it's going to go on sale for 75% off. That's what pisses me off, is buying something and then like the next day on Wednesday, like I buy something on Tuesday and on Wednesday it's on sale for fucking 75% off. I'm like, why?
So why am I still here?
Yeah.
Or you could be like Blue and the whole fake go,
Yeah, but Grim,
you're making it sound like I'm the bad guy here.
For a long time, every time I bought a game, I would keep a spreadsheet of like how much I spent on it. And then if it was in another region, I would have an automatic conversion rate for how much like Hong Kong dollars is to US dollars. And I think back whenever I was at like around 1,000 games, I had spent around $30,000, and my wife saw that and about killed me. But now I'm like at 2,000 games higher than that. And once I saw that I spent that much money, I was like, okay, it's time to quit the spreadsheet, because like I don't need to see what I'm spending. Just let me keep it out of mind, and that way
as long as you
I
know
can
it's
say
better.
I only spent $10 like today.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I end up spending like $10 to $15 a day on games, if not more. So I have a problem, and especially if it's on sale. Even if it's a game I don't even like, if it's on sale, I have a problem with just buying it. Like, it's on sale, I don't own it. Let me buy it.
I have the same problem where I buy games that I'm just never gonna play.
I think that's all of our problems here.
But
I own 300 games, and
Pete,
at
we can't
best I
hear you,
played like
dude.
20.
Well, he's
Blue,
got
I
his
think
mic
that-
muted.
I got my mic
so
muted.
the big difference, I think. Well, I think I can actually kind of sympathize with you and you being that cash cow, because with Destiny 1,
fuck.
I had bought the entire collection on the Xbox One and the PS4, and so I spent about 5,000 hours total between both, because I would log into like my Xbox One and do all my daily activities and my raid runs every week or whatever, and then I would go into my PS4 and do the same thing and do that every single day, all day long, and just keep running the same missions over and over again to get, farming for shit. But I spent, I think, about $3,500 in silver once they added a silver to it.
This might sound shocking, but I actually have not really spent all that much money on microtransactions in Destiny.
Well, Destiny 2, I haven't spent a dime because I'm just like, it ain't even worth it. Like, Destiny 2 just sucks.
Even Destiny 2 and Destiny 1, both games, I haven't, like, I think Destiny 1, the first game, at best I spent, like, maybe $30 on, like, the Vex Mythic class skin. That was about it. In Destiny 2, at best, maybe $20 in the store. And that's saying at best, I actually don't know the exact amount.
Yeah, Destiny was, like, my
I'm more
drug.
of a cash cow for, still my drug, but I'm more of a cash cow for mobile games, especially because they kind of appeal to my personality.
My son, I swear, like I think it's something. But how old are you?
Like 20. I said I'm 20.
Yeah, my son's 19 or will be like next month. So I think it's something with y'all's generation or whatever. Because I'll see on his, because I'm on his account. He hasn't like taken me off yet, but it'll show up like I spent $9.99 on. He spent $9.99 on like it was like Google Play. And it's like,
oh, stop! You don't look at my PayPal.
And I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, why are you spending this much money on a fucking mobile game? I don't know. I like the game. I'm like, but it's a mobile game. Like, that's what women do.
No, here's the thing.
You're not wrong.
No, here's the thing. I actually do like Fake Go, but it's just. I really wanted Mordred, and I was like, I'm determined to get Mordred. Didn't get her, by the way. Just quick disclaimer. I still haven't gotten her. But
then $99, buddies.
No,
I got her.
No. Try $1,000 later. Oh my God!
Yeah, $2,000, dude. $2,000.
Wait a minute.
I forgot.
You spent that much money, and you were actually complaining about a $100 skin?
Got him.
You know what's funny, Blues? I didn't have to say anything at all this time.
No way. Here's the thing about that. It's one's a mobile game that's free, by the way. It's a free-to-play game, mobile game, and also.
And so
I could have
got you to spend $1,000.
I could I'm just impatient. That's the thing. If I was patient, I wouldn't have spent that much Fake Go. But I'm impatient, and also I want certain characters because waifus, and I like the characters.
I'm just gonna say, you spent $1,000 for one skin, basically, on a mobile game free to play.
Yeah, you did, bro. It doesn't matter. It's still just a skin, basically.
Right.
No, it's not.
Right.
Yeah, it really is.
Okay, the thing is, though, is at least with Valorant, somebody can only spend $100 and get the direct skin they want. So I don't know. $100 sounds a whole lot better than $1,000.
And also,
he's not wrong.
No, but it's just it's not that. It's
I don't know if you can't justify it. You can rationalize it. You can't justify it.
I wanted the character. I wanted to get Mordred because Mordred is like my favorite character in Apocrypha. But also, it was just I really wanted the character because I needed a good saber.
So wouldn't it have been easier? Wouldn't it have been better? Have that developer just sold it to you for $100 on the store.
Well, yeah. How about $10? Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't think It's here's the thing. You can do. It's a gacha game, so you can play it rather free to play or be a whale.
They got you.
Perfect, Rambo. Just.
I swear, dude. It's like me and Rambo switch spots, dude. Like.
No, but it's a gacha. No, the problem is gacha games are like
they're
games are not
addictive,
bad.
and they make you dump money in it. It's the worst kind of free to play, but I just don't care. I mean, Blue wanted to spend $1,000 or $2,000. He did. It's whatever. It is what it is.
No, but the problem is gacha games are not
Oh,
bad.
yeah, I don't care.
I know.
just
It's funny
them
though.
Complaining
Yeah.
about $100.
I know.
Somebody can get the exact thing they want.
You
for
should have seen
$100
us.
versus him spending
What was
$1,000 to get one
the
thing.
inciting incident where I called Blue out on his bullshit about this? What was that? Where he was making fun of somebody because they spent $100 on a silly game or something?
Yeah, something like that. I can't remember now.
It was
When was
Metro. I
it?
remember it. It was Metro. He spent like $100 on something in a game.
Oh, Overwatch crates.
Overwatch.
Oh yeah, dude. And not 3 hours earlier that day, he had told me that he had spent $2,000 on fucking Fate Go, and I'm just like, wait, what? The fuck are you talking about, dude?
No,
And I called him right the fuck out on it too, and it was on stream.
You can actually take that your viewpoint and your hypocrisies and actually just put it to the like what's going on in the real world today right now. Like,
no, but
it's okay
no, but
for me
it's not.
too, but not for you.
No, but it's not. It's not that. It's just. Shit. Give me a minute.
What
Sorry.
is it?
No. Here's the thing.
First off, I don't need to talk about my Overwatch tab. We don't need to talk about that. But I don't know. Loot boxes are not worth it. Loot boxes are not worth it. And also, you pay for
No, but the loot boxes you bought in Fate were worth it because you spent $1,000 on that shit.
They were because it's a free-play game. And also, I'm ordered it's better than a Mercy skin. So.
But what? No, wait a minute. That's subjective.
It's not
Right.
subjective. What do you mean?
Do we need to go over the differences between subjective and objective again?
Oh God.
Oh god.
Oh Jesus.
Jeez, you make it sound like I'm on trial here or something like that.
You always are.
Hey, it's a meme. A wild meme chan has appeared.
Yes.
if you're calling out people for or Valorant for charging $100 for a skin, at the same time as spending almost $2,000 on a character, I don't think you have a leg to stand on.
Imagine
on that.
being a
Like,
clown like that.
It's not that. It's just.
Are you talking about how much money you spend on Fate?
Yes,
No,
he is.
please. First off, if we're gonna be honest, I know someone who spent way more money on Fate than me. I'm just gonna be honest.
If we're talking about Deacon, it's not his fault. He's mentally retarded, okay?
No, what the fuck? Here's the thing: there's more people, and also it's also in like the fake
Okay,
Go
but
or
those-
just the general
Wait
gacha
a
game
minute.
community.
But isn't most of those people
guy-
that's like their job though to like try to inform people of what's the best you can do?
Kind
Wait,
of, but
though.
also with
Wait,
those.
the guy that he was talking about, is he really mentally retarded?
No,
No.
he's just joking around.
Okay.
Hey, you guys can't say it. Hey,
I just like giving a lot of people a hard time.
Okay.
you guys can't say that word. That's
Yeah, I
a
was thinking
no
he
word.
wasn't comparing himself to him.
No, wait,
Yeah.
hold up. Wait, is
Um,
no one streaming on a stream saying you can't
I
say
don't
it?
know
This is
what
why
to
we
say
can't have
anymore.
nice
I-
things.
I'm on. Yeah, we're on YouTube, so yeah, but I don't give a shit.
No, but
I don't know
Bro's
what
on
we can
Trovo, I
even
think,
say
right?
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think
Oh,
Trovo
shit.
And we
cares.
play-
I've never even heard of this place until like I started seeing everyone posting about it. I'm like, what are you guys talking about? Like, what is this? Another streaming
but-
platform that's gonna die?
Actually, it's probably the most likely to start beating fucking Twitch.
Oh, is it really?
It really
'Cause
is.
I haven't heard about it until like just today, and I was like, what the hell is all this shit?
There's quite a lot of people on it, and it's got an engaged community. Like, unlike D-Live, that's the thing. D-Live just kind of sputtered out, but Trovo's actually doing pretty well.
Interesting.
Yeah, check it out, because that's probably where I'm going to start streaming. Cause,
I don't
yeah,
care about you.
I know, but
No, it.
Oh, da-na-na,
he thinks I give a shit. I don't, but, you know,
No, but
Hey,
I
hey,
feel like I'm.
you know I love you, bitch.
no.
No, but
Yeah, I'm good.
it's not. Listen, it's not as bad as it sounds. So, okay, guys.
Oh, it is.
It is.
It really isn't. First off,
It wouldn't be if you just like stuck with just spending the money. But whenever you start then complaining about companies charging, that's where you start.
No.
that's where it starts to get bad.
If-
He
if
can
you have the
complain
excess
about
money. I
he
don't
can
care.
complain about companies charging, and that's okay. But certainly not that people are going to pay it. That's where it really, I got to twist the knife in for that one, because I mean, you can buy a product and still bitch that the price, it's like you needed a Galaxy S10, you still don't like that it's $1,000. Fair enough, but then bitching that other people pay $1,000 for an S10, it's like, no, sorry, dude, like you can't.
There's a difference.
No play in that game.
Mordred.
Listen, if you have the extra money, go for it. I don't care.
Yeah, I really don't either.
I don't give a shit.
But I'm still gonna give you a hard time, Blue.
It's
but
not my
that's only
money
because
to,
it's funny.
blaze on fire, but okay.
The thing is like I'm gonna be honest, like gacha games like Fako, just giving an example, is actually not a bad game. Like it really is actually.
Well, no, the only bad thing about it is that it's a gacha game. I just wish it wasn't.
Yeah,
a
but
gacha game.
also there's other good gacha games.
So,
called
Blue,
Arcanine, is really good. And
Blue,
you can
I
play
have a
entirely free to play, like I'm doing that right now.
Hey,
I
Blue,
play
I have a question
Arcanine
for
free to
you.
play only.
I have a question for
Yeah.
you. How does it feel to be playing with a predator?
What?
How does it feel to be playing with a predator?
I don't get that.
No, I don't get what he's saying.
Fate goes the predator.
Oh, that I mean,
Yeah.
I get taken out for dinner every once in a while. I also get. I don't really. I
But
don't get anything.
I was gonna say, did you though? Did you though?
No, I still haven't got Mordred, and I missed her out in the Apocrypha
Bro,
event.
you
That's
still
the,
haven't gotten that fucking chick yet?
no, I kind of gave up, and also getting other characters because I
It's
just
because
I
he's
got
not
free.
spending enough money.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm playing this game entirely free to play now, and in terms of currency, I've gained like over 300 of it, so it's actually possible and easy to do this entire game free to play.
You can just make it easier for someone to spend money.
Yeah, I'm
Your
just
choice.
lazy.
The lazy way is spending money.
Yeah, I mean, and also gacha games are kind of different.
I have to ask, Lord, could you have gotten this character just by playing the game?
Yeah, but I was lazy, and also
Well,
no,
no, maybe not, right? Because they're super low percentages.
it's all RNG.
Yeah, and even playing as much as you can the entire event, they engineer it to where there's a good chance that even if you can play all you can, you still miss out on some super special character or something.
So
Basically, you just got to play like every
Okay.
day. every
And it's
hour,
predatory as fuck, and I
etc.
hate it, but of all the evils in the world, that's pretty low on my list, especially since they're free to play phone
most
games.
mobile games that are free to play. Yeah, most mobile free to play games are just predatory as fuck.
Yeah,
that's their nature. That's what
And
it's
let's
for them.
be real. The only reason like we're playing these types of games is because we want to see them animate titties. Let's be real.
I mean,
I like anime. I like anime, and I like titties. So what's wrong with
Yep.
combining the two?
Win-win, my guy.
the thing about it is just also it's just here's the thing. The only game I really spent this on is Fake Go because I'll be honest, because I got like, have you guys heard of Arkanites or
So
no?
did you buy it for the tits?
I've heard of Arknights. I get ads for them all the time.
She doesn't
It's
even have big
actually
tits, bruh. That's like the one character that's got tiny tits.
Yeah, but that's kind of her charm.
So if you're spending $2,000, you're not getting big titties. Something wrong, man.
No,
No,
but
no,
here's the
hey,
thing.
no. Come on, everybody's got their own taste. Some guys like small tits.
No,
I ain't gonna
her
judge.
tits are the right
Tits are tits,
size,
man.
Morton.
Like Ron, the blue collar comedy tour. Ron,
Ron White.
right? Thank you. You see one pair of titties, you want to see the rest of them. So
No,
yeah,
with-
no hate on that.
But with that though, it's just because Arkanites give me an example back to that. I'm playing that game right now entirely free to play. I haven't spent the dime and actually got a decent amount of the characters. Like you can play these games entirely free to play. It's just
Yeah,
it's
but
all
they
about
are
lazy
designed with
impatience.
predatory practices in mind, and
Yeah,
it's shitty.
obviously
They're,
those
they're,
exist.
But
they're
again,
all
like I said-
designed to make you want to spend money just
Yeah.
to get certain characters or certain type of skins for those characters.
Yep.
Like
But
I
that's
haven't,
no different than
I
Overwatch.
I personally haven't put any money in any of the mobile games I'm playing yet, but that's because I just haven't had interest to play them right now.
I mean,
don't
it's
care
no
enough.
different than Overwatch because in Overwatch it's the same thing. There's no guarantee you'll get the skin you want or whatever for the event that's currently out.
Welcome
know.
to loot boxes. my
Yeah,
guy.
and then it's loot boxes, which are all you can't just buy. Well, like you can buy them with in-game currency, but as far as
Yeah,
actually
but-
just purchasing them with currency,
and
you
how
can't
do you
buy
get
them.
how do
You
you
can only
get
buy
the
loot
in-game
boxes.
currency
Yeah, by playing.
Like
and loot
the
boxes?
thing is, like, have you
Well,
seen that
sure.
video I sent you where it was like guy said he spent $1,000 on a gacha game?
Okay, but let's just go back to the days of TF2 when some guy spent like $1,000 on a TF2 hat.
Yeah. Although that's market though, that's not.
It's still ridiculous.
It is still ridiculous, but at least that was in-game market forces, not just a set price from
I
the
know,
developer.
I know.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still people are
You can
willing to
still kinda
spend it.
throw it in the
What
same
was
boat.
yeah? What was that like $20,000 CS:GO knife?
Oh,
Or
the Blackwell's are, or whatever the fuck it's called.
whatever. Yeah, I could have swore there was a knife
was a
that somebody
crescent
got.
knife.
And
Yeah,
it was
it's a
fucking like
crescent
$20,000 on the Steam marketplace or some shit like
Rainbow
that. So
Crescent.
I will
Was it
say
Cranberry?
for certain that no matter how much money you're spending, spending money on any sort of like microtransactions, or whatever, like, is stupid as hell. It makes you stupid as hell, and I will include myself into that because I
Yeah.
have been stupid as hell.
Damn right you are.
I wouldn't.
well, here's the thing, right? It doesn't matter
just
how
think-
much you
I
spend
just
on your
think that-
games. Did you get your money's worth?
Yeah, but I just think that I think that we still hold a leg up. The people like Blue that spent his life savings on a skin.
Well, not even, honestly, it wasn't even really a life savings. He sold a shit ton of money just chilling, so I could just start blowing more.
But I still say that he holds a leg up on the people that spend $60 for a DLC game every month or every year, and then turn around and spend all the microtransactions in that as well.
Oh, so Destiny.
Yeah.
Because I
Or
still say
the old
NBA,
Call of
I still
Duties?
say NBA is completely predatory as hell. NBA 2K.
Okay,
No, but here's the thing
imagine
with
buying a
NBA,
sports
I don't-
game, though.
No, but the problem is like
Oh yeah,
you
that's
can't-
what I'm saying.
like no, I'm saying this unironically. Go ahead, bite me, but you get more worth out of gacha games than NBA. Like
Dude,
I'll
I'll
be
bet.
honest
No,
about it.
honestly, if you go with
that's
time
about right.
spent, yeah, because you get a good gotcha game. Fuck, man, you'll spend every extra minute you've got
And-
waiting in line or
And
fucking
usually
whatever.
the gotcha games are them titties, so
Well,
you're getting them anime titties too.
yeah,
so
but I
see,
mean,
You gotta have the
win-win.
anime
At the same-
titties.
At the same time, Izzo, that NBA community, though, I mean, to us, like I would agree, but I would say to the NBA community, you're probably wrong, because like the NBA
Well,
community.
yeah, fair enough. They
feels
see
like
it the same
'cause
way.
they
Yeah,
spend a shit ton of hours in that one
right.
game.
Yeah, hey, fair enough.
But I still say
Imagine
that.
just not going
I mean,
outside.
the big difference between NBA and those gotcha games, or spending money in microtransactions in a regular game, like as far as not a AAA.
So basically, spending
it's
$60
still
when the
better
game
than
comes
spend-
out, and then
'cause-
spending more money.
Yeah, it's a $60 gatekeep.
Yeah.
I think that's really where it really bothers me, is that
Right.
because especially NBA 2K19. I don't know if 2K20 was this way. We just got it for free for PlayStation Plus, but I mean whether or not I won't play
Not
it.
yet, Dungy.
But 2K19 though, 2K19 like was $60, and then like the only way to actually progress in it was to you had to spend money. Like there was no other opportunity. You had to spend money. And
That's kind of why when Battlefront 2 released, there was so much backlash, and that's why they had changed the whole system.
Battlefield. What's crazy is that Call of Duty is the one that basically
I was talking about the Star Wars Battlefront game that
Battlefront
came out. Yeah.
Okay, so I was gonna say, see, Call of Duty is the one that to me is like the market setter as far as just games in general, how the pricing and also the way multiplayer does. But it was really weird to see that Battlefield, their model with giving the free maps, influenced Call of Duty, because it was a really odd thing. Because I mean, there's nobody can deny that Call of Duty is the market leader every damn year.
No, yeah, Battlefield comes close, but they don't
now
hit.
yeah. But I mean, but they only release what every once
It's
every,
like every
2 or 3 years. What,
2 or
maybe
3.
years?
Yeah, they don't do an every year
Yeah.
release.
So I mean, it's hard for me to see how a game like that, like a Battlefield game, and the way their pricing was, influenced the Call of Duty or Activision. Like it was. So to me, I think there's still hope out there. I mean, because clearly a non-market leader influenced the market leader. So I would still say that there's still hope out there for all of us that want things to change and prices to remain the same or whatever. So
yeah,
or at least
I
get
hope-
more content out of our games.
yeah, we'll have
Also,
to. Go ahead.
Also, another thing is just I hold This is gonna sound like a double standard just a little bit, but I'll be honest about it. I hold like gotcha games to like a different standard than regular games, if that makes sense.
No, it does. Like, well, that's the.
Like,
It's the same. It's the same as not holding a free-to-play game to the same standard as a
Yeah.
$60 game as far
I
as
was about to say that.
microtransactions go. Yeah, they're separate things. They work on different business models. Like, some of them aren't great, and I don't like them. But again, like I said, the amount of evils there are in the world, and even in gaming, Like that's one of the lowest ones on my list, so I'm just not all that caring about it. Ah, fuck.
You know, like to go back to it, I hold Fate Go to a different standard than to like, I don't know. I guess if I buy like a single player game for a full
Let's use
price,
Destiny as a comparison.
I'm gonna use single player for example. Let's say if I pay, let's say if I pay like $80 for Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but then there's microtransactions in game.
But now,
Even if it's a single player game, I hold that to a different standard than go like a gacha
I don't have
game.
a problem with any of those. I don't have any problem with any of those microtransactions in like Assassin's Creed games because they're never game depending. Like it's basically there for people that don't have the time to
Convenience.
put 40 hours into the game. Yeah, so I mean, like that's just completely optional. Like, who gives a shit if they're selling, Helix credits for, $100 on the store, whenever you can just play and get everything that you need by playing. So I mean,
I don't think that should be a thing.
It's not, but it's not a thing for you though. It's a thing for the person that only gets.
That's why it's a
maybe
convenience.
Game. Yeah, it's there for convenience, not for like to make you say, okay, well, I have to have this in order to, complete the game. Like you can't earn. What?
I don't think it's good to have single player RPGs have like little inconveniences to like lessen the RPG.
Again, though, is that the hill you want to take a stand on?
No. It's not that kind of convenience. It's the convenience is time.
No,
if you don't have the time to spend like 50 hours a day or a week or whatever to put into the game, then you can just easily spend a little bit of money.
Single player RPGs,
you
beat them eventually. You don't have to. Everyone's thinking when you play those games, I have to be at day one. No, you can literally take as much time as you want. You can take your sweet ass time.
Well, that's the thing, though. Everybody games differently, and maybe that one person that is buying all these microtransactions would rather be able to play more than one game in a year, and so therefore
you talk about yourself.
He'll spend a little bit of extra money. Within
to
credit,
cut a few dozen hours from a long RPG or something. Yeah, I could get that.
But it doesn't affect, like, those things being on the store don't affect a player like you that just wants to, will just relax with the game and do it because you don't even have to see it.
You're going to be putting the 40 or 50 hours in it regardless. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's completely optional. Like, those things are just completely optional and only there for the convenience of people's time. And at least they're doing that and still making long RPGs, rather than saying, okay, well, instead of doing this, we're going to shorten the RPG game down, so that way it appeals to a broader audience.
What's up, Mitch?
I would rather them still continue to make the long RPGs and give the people that don't have enough time convenience to bypass it, so that way I can still get my money's worth and my enjoyment out of it, rather than like cutting everything shorter. Or like what they did with Fallout 4, basically took an RPG and made it into an action adventure game.
Thank you for saying that about Fallout 4, but I mean I can understand what you're saying. Like I can definitely somewhat agree with that, but just I guess maybe I personally don't feel good about it in RPGs, like single player RPGs. But then again, I am holding it to a different standard than like.
I just don't know, like what does it do? I mean, like what does it do for again, like to you? Like it's like somebody it's like, well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like somebody cheating in an RP, like a single player game. Like, who cares if they cheated? Like,
who cares if they type in IDDQD and go God mode on Doom 1?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter because it doesn't affect me at all. As long as it doesn't affect.
Sorry, I was say the only game that cheating matters is like a Dark Souls type game. Else, because you're a bitch if you cheat in those games.
Well, even if you did, it still does.
Now?
But I mean, even if you did cheat in a Dark Souls game, even if there was like say microtransactions to where it would make all one-hit kills for all the bosses, who cares? Like it doesn't. That I mean, me paying money to get one-hit kills isn't gonna make your 40 hours with that one boss any less 40 hours.
As long as you're not participating in speedrunning type competition stuff, I don't care.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's
when they cheap it though, like hypothetically, you can pay just to kill a boss faster.
Thanks, Dirty, for the lurk, bud.
But that's their business. It doesn't. I mean, it cheap. I mean, I would definitely.
Unless they're trying to claim that they're the baddest ass Dark Souls player because they beat boss in X amount of time when they were cheating. Then it really doesn't matter.
Comes into play. Then, oh man.
But you'd
Yeah, I
know,
mean,
right?
as
It's
long
not
as
like
it
they
ain't
could
in,
do
like,
it without you knowing.
Like
Right.
people aren't as dumb as they used to be back in the day, where recording shit was like really easy to like manipulate. Now it's like
And see, you can
people will tell.
even look at like say the person's platinum time, or like how, like maybe if they even didn't get a platinum, but how quickly they beat that boss, because you usually get a trophy in Dark Souls for beating the certain bosses. But if somebody got from like the beginning of the game to say that the third boss in 2 hours, and it really takes about 40 hours to get there, you would be able to tell easily, real quick, that they weren't just playing normally; they
but
cheated.
maybe
So,
with that might
I
be the
don't-
best example with that because bosses, like the first few bosses in Dark Souls, are not the difficult ones, and bosses are only as difficult as like you, the player. Because if you're really good with those games, you'll go through like the first 5 bosses with ease.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, some people will just have big problems regardless.
Yeah, like it's just
Yeah.
different. Like
But
I
I
don't
think,
think.
I mean, I mean, by putting now, that's the reason why I say that when everybody like complaining, the Dark Souls community was complaining that, they might put an easy mode in Dark Souls.
I don't think that's a
But
good idea.
Again, as long as these people are just buying the game and playing it, just enjoying it, then it doesn't affect you. It doesn't affect the community. It doesn't do anything. But now if they try to like say, okay, well look, I beat the game in 10 hours and it took you 40. Well, yeah, dumbass, because you played on the damn like games journalist mode.
Yeah,
But I
but
mean that would be the problem.
joke,
That would be
but-
the problem. That would be the problem where it would lie. I would think in a single player game, that would be the only problem.
the
No,
thing
no,
is,
there's-
you
no,
couldn't
no,
even,
no,
you
hold up,
couldn't
hold
even
up,
get
hold
out of
up,
that
hang on.
tutorial.
Hang on. There is one other problem, and this is what I don't like. I don't like people demanding easy modes on a game like, say, Dark Souls or whatever. Because, like, there is a reason.
Demand it.
Yeah, and that's what gets me, right? I have no problem if, say, the next Dark Souls game had an easy mode and the developers decided we want to add an easy mode. Fine, that's their choice. But if they don't,
Yeah,
and
yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
I've had to argue with this about this with people online because they're like, "Oh, they need to." It's like, no, look, they've decided
they
that
don't.
they
They
want-
want their own market.
well, they want
They
their
should be
game
able
to
do
be
whatever they want.
they want their game to be the Olympics of gaming, right? You must
Right.
be the best of the best in order to beat this game. And if
It's not
that's
even-
what they want to do, that's within their purview. And
Yeah,
nobody
yeah,
should tell
yeah,
them
cool.
otherwise because you're not putting the money up for it.
Yeah, like, because people not to be that guy, but the people who say Dark Souls needs an easy difficulty aren't the people that that are in the market, in the Dark Souls market.
It's the same kind of
No,
people
they
that
just-
played Cuphead and couldn't get past the tutorial.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
the game journalist mode. Let's be real.
But those people, I mean, a lot of those people want to do it just so that way they can say they've
Yeah.
done it. They beat.
I
the
beat
game.
Dark Souls. It's like, yeah, on easy mode, you
Yeah.
bitch.
yeah,
there's a
but
big difference. Like the people that are demanding it are that. But I mean, if
And that's
if
the thing.
somebody,
That's why they haven't made an easy mode, so that you can't say you beat Dark Souls unless you beat it on the difficulty setting that they wanted you to. And
And also-
that's a
Yeah, now-
completely legitimate option. I mean, there's a reason we call things the Dark Souls of X, and it's because there is no other option with Dark Souls. You either beat it on the big
Yeah,
boy
but-
mode, or you don't.
and I think in the Dark Souls realm, it would cheapen in the platinum community.
Sure.
Because right now those things are like ultra rare platinums, because it takes a special gamer to be able to complete it.
Right.
But if they had an easy mode, I think that the way they could balance that out would be to make it to where you cannot get the platinum without
Sure.
beating it on the
Yeah,
regular
and a
mode.
lot
Like,
of them
that
do
was-
that where they
was
have
there. So that,
they have separate trophies for beating the game on each difficulty level. So if you don't get all
and
of
see
them,
that.
then you don't get the platinum.
And Last of Us 2 really pissed me off with that, because one of the big things was getting the platinum on the regular Last of Us. You had to beat it on at least, I think, Survivor mode, which is
you had to
one
beat on all
mode
the
under the
difficulties.
hardest.
I remember you had to beat on all difficulties.
Yeah, but they stacked.
Right.
Stacked.
So if
I
you
mean,
beat it on the
got it,
hardest
like,
one
on
in your first try, you got all the rest of them.
you would get all of them.
Yeah, and that's
but I
that's
mean,
perfect. That's a great system.
Yeah, but
Here's the thing, though,
They
right?
took the difficulty trophies away in Last of Us 2, which I'm
And
like,
you just had
why
to
would
complete the
you-
game.
Yeah, they basically just handed you a platinum.
But this goes back to my point, right? There's
And
a
to me-
reason why we call games the Dark Souls of X and not the Doom on Nightmare of X.
Oh yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
see what I'm
most
saying?
definitely, yeah, because I mean,
Like-
Dark Souls standard difficulty is the hard one.
Exactly, and
Now
that's
the-
why that they chose to make their game that way. So the people that get all on them about not having an easy mode, it's like, guys, there's reasons why they did this. They're actually valid, and
The
you
thing
know,
is, anyone can be Dark Souls though.
get good. Like that's the thing. It's like get good,
Well,
scrub.
Yeah, because the game,
does-
the game is not like the game is hard certainly, but it's not. The game is like it's not like unfair hard. Dark Souls is very fair. You're not like the game gives you very clear options to parry, counter, and even outright just run for certain encounters. Like Dark Souls gives you
There's
so many
definitely-
options.
Now wait a minute. They definitely have made the combat in those games really cheap in favor of the computer, but that only still makes you do better as a person. Like it makes you.
Well, that kind of
work harder,
brings
'cause,
up.
I mean,
It makes you wary of attacks. Like you can get like when you've been playing those games for a while, you'll know an enemy's gonna strike and do like a double-handed strike that will hit you twice just by looking at them for a second. And those games train you. Once you're trained
I mean-
into that mindset, you'll
Well,
basically.
here's the thing.
set-
No.
you'll start
Dark
doing
Souls
well.
is actually like the modern version of Mega Man. It really is.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
Mega
'cause
Man
Mega
was
Man
all the
was hard
same
as hell.
thing. It's timing and knowing how your enemy acts. And that's what Dark Souls is. It's the entire game is timing and knowing
Digital unit time,
learning how
God.
each of the enemies act. You know, it is what it is. Like this is one of the reasons why I don't
I know,
play games like
I
that
have-
because I don't find that kind of thing difficult. And why I prefer like shooters because for an online multiplayer shooter, like there's no hard set. Like it's like a game of chess with a person, right? Whereas with like Castlevania is a great example. Like Castlevania is a hard game and it's fun, but once you learn how all the enemies act, it's the easiest fucking game in the world. Like I just started redoing it the other day because I lost my save. And the first playthrough, dude, it took me like 120 hours to get to like, 75% complete or something. Whereas with this game, I'm up to that in like 8. And it's because once you know the timing and the ways all the enemies act, it's not difficult anymore. It's it's just button pressing. And I prefer
I think
the chess
that-
game of like a Call of Duty where you and another person are trying to guess each other's moves and feint each other out and shit like that. But it's all that's why
Well,
different games exist.
Every encounter with the online thing is different. Like every person
Right.
run across is gonna.
Yeah,
be a
every
different
team is
encounter.
different. Yeah.
Whereas, where you're never gonna be able to learn what the other person's gonna do completely.
Whereas
In
with Dark
like,
Souls, the
Souls is
boss
just
always
about
does
patience.
the same things. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just patience. I mean, it's just basically.
But it's different
being
kinds of
able to
games,
go in
and
there
that's
not
fine.
Get killed and not get frustrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the reason why they make all these different games.
Which is why I love gaming
I just
because
like you. But I just don't like. I'm not like you. I just don't like it whenever somebody. Well, you have to have this mode. in
Yeah,
it for
or they
me.
go into demands because they're like they feel left out that they haven't beat Dark Souls, even though it's probably not their type of game anyways. If the difficulty is really what holds them back, it's not their type of game anyways, to be honest. But it's just you have all these people going in demanding, oh, this game should have an easier mode, even though I'm not the audience for it or in the market for it.
And you know what? A
Yeah.
lot of those people,
Well,
because
that-
I've argued with a shitload of them online, and a lot of them, the only reason they want that, it's the game journalist syndrome. It's they can't beat it, so they want a mode where they can beat it, just so they can avoid people,
The thing is though is that if you played a Dark Souls game on easy, you would say, well, this is a shit game.
Right.
This is boring as hell. It's dumb. But the whole purpose of a Dark Souls thing is the big story or like a big narrative that you're really into. It's really the combat. It's just mastering the combat. That's basically all that they want you to do is master the game. And putting it on easy cheapens that whole experience to your rating might be a 9 out of 10 if you played it normal, to where it would go all the way down to like a 4 out of 10 just because you were just able to walk through it.
Yeah, because if you don't, with those games, like any game where you have a super easy boss fight where you beat it and you feel like it wasn't earned is gonna make you feel really shitty, even if no matter how much you try to talk it up. Like get an
Well, yeah,
easy
like
win,
Quantum Break.
makes you feel really shitty. Like I know people like even in first person shooters like talk about it's so much fun to pub stomp 24/7, but is it really fun to
No, it's not.
stomp 24/7?
Yeah, it's not at all. I much
Quantum Break
prefer
is-
a loss of a really good close game than just 5 wins in a row pub stomping. That shit's just boring.
Well,
I mean, maybe I
Well,
guess
whenever-
if you just want to zone
whenever-
out while playing.
But I mean, like Quantum Break is a good example. Of that. I mean, it was a really good game. But whenever we got to the boss fight, it was like, really? It was so easy. There
Yeah, we're
wasn't
not
even
even
a
a boss
challenge at
fight.
all.
And I hate when,
Yeah.
when we have all these games doing like this is a quote unquote RPG or whatever, and the boss fight is easy as sin on like the normal difficulty. Like I want boss fights to be challenging. I really hate it when games just give you an easy ass boss fight, where it doesn't feel like oh it's just a pushover, nothing difficult.
I mean,
Well, what irritates me is that whenever you like in games like Quantum Break or maybe even the ones like you're talking about, where the actual just NPCs that you come across, not NPCs, but the enemies that you come across have stronger weapons to put up more of a fight than the actual boss itself. Like you have a hard time clearing just getting to the boss than you do actually fighting boss. That irritates me because it's a way. It's like you feel like you wasted all the time and energy because you're thinking, man, when I get to this boss, if this is this hard, that boss is gonna be hard as hell. And you get there and you're like, what? Like, it doesn't make any sense to make bosses just like passive.
Yeah, just obviously it depends, but just I don't like easy boss fights, and I really hate when like you have these many games out there where they'll just fake boss fights, but they're not really boss fights, but they'll say they're boss fights.
Destiny
Obviously,
2?
kind of. Honestly,
just saying.
I'll be like I like Destiny, but I'll be 100% honest. Strike bosses are just bullet sponges that you can just melt. Even in Borderlands 2, and Borderlands 3, bosses are just bullet sponges.
You're not wrong. I will say that first boss fight of is the new one 3, right? Yeah. The streamer dude and dudette or whatever the fuck. The guy with the big shield with music on it.
Yeah, I mean he's kind of alright.
That was a pretty good boss fight, I have to say. Like especially with your limited equipment and all that. Like they really did that one well. So I'll have to give it to Borderlands 3. Like they actually had a good boss fight in there. No, I haven't done many more bosses, and I don't remember any of them being that good. So.
At least a lot of the bosses, like a lot of the vault bosses, a lot of times bullet sponge. Because even like to give the first example, the first vault boss in Borderlands 3, where it's just basically this giant like dog monster, and these white balls appear for a certain mechanic, but you don't really have to shoot the white balls, and you'll still wipe the boss out of these. So like, there's not really any mechanic to it. It's just like straight how much damage can you do, and obviously people like that because you know I want to do this build, see how much I can do with one shot.
Well, yeah, that's Borderlands thing, right? Bigger numbers, better gear. You know, it's Diablo 2, but
as
shooter.
Possible.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm gonna head off. I gotta
Yeah,
get
for
some
sure,
dinner.
man.
Is there anything else left, or is this?
We haven't even talked about any of the 3 things on the title, which, by the way, is why I don't like doing titles. But you know, hey, it is what it is.
You have to do a title. No one said you had to.
You know.
Y'all have a good one.
Yeah, later, Rev.
Yeah.
It was a thing that started, so I just continued it. But
I don't know what
yeah,
the title.
there's the Ted Silkthread Wang, the ex-Overwatch leaguer who got fined $1,000 for doing a Pepe meme, and then just recently, Jinnytty, some streamer, was suspended technically for 2 weeks after calling Abby in The Last of Us 2 transgender. Although it was only 8 days because she apologized, which girl, that you shouldn't have done that. Yep, this ain't never gonna stop now. So there was those 2 things, and then G4 TV is coming back, which you know.
Does it really matter to anyone G4
well,
TV?
That's the thing. For those of us who remember G4, it'd be cool if we could get it back like how it was when it first started out. That'd be awesome. But, you know.
Gentlemen?
Yeah, what's up, Junie?
Hey, what's going on?
Not a whole lot, my man.
So. But I mean, shit, we're almost at 3 hours, so if.
That's what I was saying, like, it might be time
unless
to
unless anybody's got anything else they want to talk about, I think we're pretty much done.
Let's talk about cookies.
What about
Chocolate
cookies,
chip.
Junie? No.
I was like going, what?
Raisins
I haven't-
and oatmeal. White
I haven't had a
chocolate,
cookie in
macadamians.
forever.
I was like going, just click accept.
But is that it? Does nobody have anything else?
Yeah, I mean, next time don't do title. Or
What
add
am I
the
gonna?
title later. on.
I don't know, man. It is what it is. We'll figure it out.
It was a good discussion.
Yeah, no, that's the
It
thing.
is what it is.
That's why
Yeah.
it was a great show. It just had nothing to do with the title.
That doesn't
That
matter.
was the
It's
best part
clickbait.
of the show.
But hey, it's game talk, man. We don't give a fuck.
In that case, my ass is going to bed. I'll talk to you guys later.
Yeah. All right, everybody.
All right, Bram.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you probably. I don't know when Brem's gonna be doing the Night Owl, but either Night Owl or
18
next
hours
week
from
for the main show. So thanks everybody for watching. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.